Oh boy, my house. We are under a tornado warning right now. Ooh, Lord. Trying to get the stream up here. Let's see what we at. I wonder if he's live right now. I can't believe the dude ain't live. There's a local guy. Channel. Weather. We may have to hide under the house, dude. Where's our maps? I'll get up here. This is stupid. Why can't I see what I'm looking at on my phone good? Show comments. Oh. They're saying I can't see my comments now. Let's see if I can see my comments. Hey, I can see comments. There you are. There's somebody. Hey, Lady C's Crazy Adventures. We're in a tornado warning over here in Alabama. And I am trying to get a freaking weather map. Okay. So, how do I make this go down? Can I not make it zoom in? Here we go. I'll share this here screen. How do I forget how to do it? It's been too long since I've done this. Texas. We're not far from Huntsville, and they said there was one in Huntsville. Whoa! Okay. They've changed this so much since I've done this. Whoa, there went the lights, dude. I'm trying to see if I can't make this go down further. I need to get a better weather map. Ugh. Channel 19. Let me just do that, man. I can't. I wonder if they're live. How are they not live? Oh, they are live. Can't send them.
Norton and Burroughs, and then there are Owens Crossroads as well. And the National Weather Service was showing us that that this storm was over Morgan City. It's north of Morgan City, east of Lacey Spring right now. This is going to be a tornado warning that is going to be for the storm moving east at 30 miles per hour. So this one right here is going to be moving toward Owens Crossroads and then crossing 431 between Owens Crossroads and New Hope. So this is a tornado warning that is in Madison County right now, and it does include the tip of northern Morgan County. So that is because of the Lacey Spring area that we had earlier. So here's the hook echo.
I'm having technical issues.
This one. So until 8 p.m. for Morgan County and Madison County, this is the hook echo. We just got that latest scan. This is south of Farley. There's Owens Crossroads. So it's right in here that we're seeing where we have the rotational area right now. And if this changes and we start to see a ramp up in this, then that would be a really bad situation, of course, because it's going to be moving into, I mean, it's already been a bad situation all day, really, for a lot of us. But this is going to be a bad situation if it tightens up, is what I'm trying to say. So we're going to keep a close eye on this one. It's not a confirmed tornado warning yet. It is just a tornado warning, but it's going to be heading right over 431 in just a few minutes, okay? I let you know earlier around 42 after, it was going to be in Owens Crossroads. The heaviest of the rain is in Owens Crossroads, by the way, and the hail. But the rotation signature is to the south and west. Rotation signature to the south and west of Owens Crossroads. I'm going to go ahead and scan our CC, which is our debris detector. It's got a co-location.
Can y'all hear me again? This one.
Everything else on the radar. And right now, it's a little muddled, but there is still possibly something trying to wrap up here near Owens Crossroads. So if you're listening to us in Owens Crossroads, you're still in your tornado safe spot right now. As we zoom in a little bit closer here, that wind is still very strong over Rock Spring Road and over Joel Road, west of Owens Crossroads. It's going to be moving in shortly. So you've got just a few more minutes. And look at that. I mean, that scan of wind is very strong right now. Just taking a sample here of our wind that's out in this area. We've got wind that's at least up to 70 miles per hour. Just did a couple of quick scans, 65, 70 miles per hour. So if you are not seeing a tornado, you're going to be seeing damaging straight line winds moving through this area. Again, heading right in.
It's thundering. The lights have been flickered.
All right. Just wanted to check off camera with the National Weather Service chat, and I don't have any confirmation for Owens Crossroads, which of course is great news for now, but we still have to be taking this storm seriously as it is showing the rotation, and we do have a wind signature with that thunderstorm in Owens Crossroads. All right, let's take you back here to north of Hollywood for a moment, because I do want to let you know the latest on this one. This is the storm I was talking about that was moving through Kyles and County Road 32 in Carnes, heading into Fackler. It's still showing a rotation right there south of Carnes that's going to be moving into Fackler and north of Fackler. There's County Road 45.
Yeah, I'm up
You're
above.
going to see right through this area is where the rotation is right here. It's going to be moving right toward your area right now. So that's where I have the rotation showing up right now. And we're going to go ahead and take a closer look here. Let me get my product back on here, and we'll do a couple of different scans of different things going on. That's the velocity. Let's take a look at our shear rate, our rotation detector. It's all within this area. And then there's the reflectivity. So it's really going to be going right into Fackler right now, just based on the wind signature that I'm seeing. This whole area, though, is producing very powerful wind, but we're definitely seeing something that's moving into Fackler right now. So make sure that you are still in your safe spot if you have not gotten there already. Make sure you're doing it now. Ida, you are still in a confirmed tornado warning.
I live really close
to the evolution of this thunderstorm. Right now, if you're in Scottsboro, you're also in a confirmed tornado warning, but I will say some of the worst of it is just to the north of your area. All right, taking a closer look here in Madison County, we have a couple of different storms that are rotating. We'll zoom out just real quickly. I want to see what else is going on here. Do we have anything out in the Franklin County and Lawrence County? We do have some weather that's as well out in Franklin County that's going through. Limestone, Madison, we have a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings, but again, we have 2 tornado circulations that are happening. A couple of different areas are rotating, a lot of wind shear in the atmosphere tonight. We've got this one that is northeast of Huntsville that's rotating. Look at this one on 72. That's also rotating. This one that just passed through Decatur, now rotating. So all of these at any point could produce a tornado warning. So I want to give you a heads up that if you live in Huntsville, if you live anywhere in the Huntsville metro, Madison, Huntsville, up north, the Parkway, south the Parkway, South Huntsville, North Huntsville, just be
I'm glad it's
weather
above 100
aware
though,
for a
'cause
little
he's
while
in that
longer.
trailer
We're going to get you
tonight.
through it. We have multiple tornado or multiple areas that are rotating within the thunderstorm. The 2 tornado warnings we're tracking right now are the one that are that's going into Owens Crossroads, and then the other one that's going through Jackson County right now. Aaron, is there anything that can you do a storm cone for us for the? Let's go ahead and do a storm cone.
Storm cone
Yeah.
on
actually in
that
pretty
southern
good
storm.
spirits.
It is moving off.
I'm going to step off for a moment while you do that.
East at 30 miles an hour, so it's not moving very quickly, but we will track it off from the area of rotation here in Owens Crossroads at about 30 miles an hour.
In good spirits.
East northeast a little bit, and we'll take it to 30 miles an hour here. That'll put it in Woodville at 7:59. That'll put it over towards Goose Pond Colony 8:21 and Lanestown at 8:22. So go ahead and be in your safe place here as the storm continues to track off towards the east as it moves towards the Woodville area and is in the Owens Crossroads area. I'm jumping back and forth between a couple of things here. Just looking at our shear rate. Still,
I showed her my
strongest shear rate with this particular storm is near the Owens Crossroads area. So that is where we are seeing the strongest shear rate with that. So a couple of different things going on with these storms across the area. We're just making sure that we are staying on top of all the different storms
there's lightning
across the Tennessee Valley this Tuesday evening. Danielle, what's the latest that you're looking at?
Got the lightning turned back on because we've got a lot of that, of course, going on and showing where that is still a big threat out there tonight is going to be that cloud to ground lightning. So we have all of that turned back on so you can just see how intense these thunderstorms are today for us. And a lot of times when we analyze the radar, we do take the lightning off. So let me step off and grab this clicker back. And you're going to see here that the thunderstorms are dangerous because they are producing not only a lot of lightning, but also that threat of tornadoes. And then on top of that, we've had the large hail out there, 2.5 inches at some points. And then, of course, the tornadoes. So this is a very messy situation that we're getting ourselves into now because it's dark. And you're not going to be able to, you weren't really able to see a lot earlier, but you're really not going to be able to see anything now.
Lisa. So glad to have you here, honey.
Live in Woodville, you're heeding that weather message. You're still in your safe spot. If you're in Owens Crossroads, I know we've been saying it a lot, but Owens Crossroads to New Hope, this is the area that is rotating that we need to make sure that we are seeking shelter for. If you are in Pisgah, circulation is likely going to track to your north and same thing in Scottsboro for this thunderstorm that's been moving through Skyline and Hollywood. So just a closer look here. The last thing I showed you was Fackler that was likely seeing that area of rotation.
And you can see what's
on this one. And we are still seeing it right up here now north of Fackler. We've got where the strongest couplet is, which is going to be right here. So this could be tightening up a little bit more for us north of Fackler as it moves towards Stevenson. Stevenson, I know I gave you the heads up a few moments ago because I remember saying it, but north of Fackler, that's where you're going to want to make sure that you are in that above or below ground.
There was a tornado that hit out towards there.
Tuning into the television and you're hearing us for the first time. You want to go to that above or below ground
family graveyard
walls between you and the outside as
possible.
It was
so bad.
To protect yourself
from pulled the graves up out of the ground.
If you have a mattress or a pillow, you can go put that on your head, hard hat, helmet, and then also if you live in a building that's multi-level, you want to get to the lowest level of your home away from windows because that could be your neighbors. Go down to the lowest level because our tornado winds, they pick up as you go up in altitude a little bit. So that's why we always want you to go low, and why you sometimes hear people say lay flat in a ditch, because you want to get as low to the ground as possible. But this thunderstorm rotation is likely going to be crossing right over County Road 155 and 45 in Jackson County. It's going to be headed into Pender Hill and Stevenson. So that's what I'm seeing right now. It's just near and north of Fackler is where the rotation area is right now at its strongest in this part of Jackson County. So that's the latest information I have there. Still continuing with the tornado warning over Owens Crossroads, and that's going to be lifting up toward Woodville. So let's take a closer look here again at this one. You'll see here that we do have Cedar Point and Poplar Ridge in the path of a potential tornado. This is a tornado warning for Jackson County, and it does include those of you in Madison County until 8 p.m. So we still have at least 15 minutes to go for a tornado warning in this area. So Owens Crossroads, we go under the wind that's just blown through that area.
There's an opening under the house
here at that peach shaded color. That's the strongest of the wind that is likely crossing 431 431 right now in Owens Crossroads, and also tracking toward the east toward Poplar Ridge and Cedar Point. This is the wrap up in the what we call the reflectivity product, which is where it shows the rain. Where the rain is heaviest is in the area in red, and then where we see it wrap around right through here, that's what we really have to watch out for. That's called,
dude, I tell you what,
echo on a supercell thunderstorm.
The other day,
that's what we're going to be watching for really closely to see if it tightens up with that signature. Meanwhile, we've got a thunderstorm that's rotating, that's over Lacey Spring again, and we have another area of rotation that's showing up south and west of Madison.
Like, you better hurry up and get your butt home.
And then we also have a thunderstorm that's ongoing across Huntsville, where we are in a severe thunderstorm warning until 7:45. And again, if you haven't heard us mention your county road, your street, your city, your neighborhood, the odds are that you're not in an immediate danger.
He's okay. It always gets worse up here where I am.
Often you're getting these alerts on your phone, your NOAA weather radio.
I remember when Cam's grandparents were still alive and living,
and it's telling you that you're in that situation and you need
to get so worried
about
them all the time.
Damaging winds,
large
hail,
because
or
we're
even tornadoes
so close to
out there tonight. Ray, Aaron, have we checked in on our storm hunters in a while? I know it's dark, so we might want to think about bringing them in. Or
yeah,
I forgot to tell my story about damage because we're sending people out to
Katrina.
Yes, Kayla is on her way right now to Killingsworth Cove, so we are sending her out there. She is in the Gurley area right now, and she will be getting images back to us of some of the damage that has been reported out there over the next several minutes. Danielle.
Okay, thank you. So as soon as we get that, guys, if you can, we just let me know. We can double box it. We can keep radar up and then just show some of the damage as well.
That's where I am.
Cove. I just hate to hear that tonight because I remember we were tracking that and, you know, we saw the debris signature and I remember mentioning that town so many times.
I watched around.
So I really hope that there were no injuries.
Well, we got, I don't know who around but yeah, we got.
All right, so we've got, again, 2 storms that we're tracking. Let's go forth with this one here. This
the
is
first one where my dot is, where my blue dot is.
New Hope, Owens Crossroads.
Kind of going around.
The latest scan.
The next
it just crossed 431 through Owens Crossroads, taking a closer look here once again at our wind velocity, and we're still seeing it. You'll see it here over Owens Crossroads, just to the east is where it's crossing right now. Just crossed right over 431.
But yeah, I was driving the other day. We had bad weather.
Madison County.
And I was coming home from work.
We have a couple of different areas, and I was watching that one south. We've got one area of rotation east of Owens Crossroads, another one that's over New Hope. So there's a couple of different areas in this tornado storm that are rotating. It's going to be in southern Madison County, and eventually lifting up toward Grant and Woodville. So Woodville for the original circulation,
coming down the mountain,
southern circulation is going over Hampton,
I gotta go up on
possibly into Grant.
Close
to Grant. So here's Grant. There's New Hope. We got an area over New Hope, go over Nebo, and then Hampton, and then we've got another area that's east of Owens Crossroads. It's going to go into Poplar Ridge. So we have a couple of different situations going on.
I got home,
and I'm imagining that we're going to get word at some point from the National Weather Service.
That's the first time that I know for sure.
An extension of the tornado warning, especially if we continue to see that tornado circulation going on in this area. Rotating storms are still occurring. So we've got torrential rainfall here back in Huntsville out toward Madison on 565. That storm is also rotating, but there's no immediate danger. We don't see a huge hook echo with that one.
We always
let you know if anything changes on that one. And just checking in here. And just got the Live Alert 19 weather app, Aaron, that said a dangerous storm was approaching my area. So that's a good resource to have on a day like today, because if you have your GPS set and your volume turned on, you can hear it. It'll give you everything, every alert, lightning detection, and everything.
It's been rotating, broadly rotating.
Right. Talking about this one over Madison.
Madison, 565.
Yeah.
Really, Sherry?
Off camera. Yeah, so this one's also broadly rotating.
I bet y'all do get a lot of that weather
that's approaching your area here in Huntsville. If you just got that alert on Live Alert 19, this is not tornado warned, but it is producing hail. So it's producing hail over Huntsville International Airport out toward Madison, right on 565. It's going to move over the Arsenal as well, and likely going to be passing right over Marshall Space Flight Center and continuing to the east. And so here at Huntsville downtown, Westbury, campus of UAH, we're likely going to be experiencing this torrential rainfall, lightning, and hail core with that one. And if it tightens up, it
drone
will tighten up
video
near or south of Madison, because that's where the strongest is right now. It's going to be right here where we have this kind of hook echo feature. There are multiple areas, though, in these thunderstorms that have been rotating tonight, so we will keep a close eye on that one. But we'll take another check here into this signature, which is over New Hope right now, and then it's going to be very close to Grant. So Grant, heads up for you. You are in your storm shelter. You have a tornado warning still in effect. Butler Mill and Humpton, here it is. This is going to be where it's crossing next. Over southeastern Madison County into northern Marshall County, and then eventually through Woodville and Jackson County. So it's going to be right over the county line right here, 3-county line here, where we're going to have that area of rotation that is likely going to be occurring.
She said that's the reason she asked me to put that message out about the phone call.
She is in that Killingsworth Cove area.
The
law enforcement is not letting her further down the road right now because they are currently just checking on the situation that is currently ongoing in the Killingsworth Cove area. As the storm has just gone through that area.
Everything I put in that little post, she asked me to
so again, Killingsworth Cove, that's the area that has sustained the most damage that we're hearing of so far tonight. There could be other areas that have experienced damage from these tornadoes that have been occurring. We'll keep you updated on that situation tonight, and yeah, she'll get us the latest report on any of those damaged areas as we can get that from the emergency officials. So here's our latest scan of the radar. Let's go ahead and take a home view just to put everything in perspective, because I know there is a lot going on tonight, and we'll just check in here with some of these thunderstorms. So we still have thunderstorms occurring here in the Huntsville Metro. We still have thunderstorms in Madison County, in Eastern Limestone County, in Jackson County, in Lincoln County, and all of the stuff that you're seeing back off to the west,
now coming down 40 in
Morgan County, in Franklin County,
where you
all
meet
of
the
those
water
are
up there,
thunderstorms.
where I have to come down.
Still have a lot of weather to get through. Remember, we are in a tornado watch until at least 10
I'm sure
p.m.
y'all get a lot
Tornado
better
watch,
weather
meaning
out
conditions
there,
are favorable for a tornado to develop at least until 10 p.m. The two storms that are of the most concern at the moment, because they are tornado warned for whether a confirmed or not confirmed tornado, are these two that are moving through Madison and Jackson counties right now.
You live that close
to
in
Stevenson,
do you live close to that pretty bluff where everybody takes their
until we tell you
pictures?
that it's okay to come out, because we've been seeing a couple of areas.
It's so pretty out there. I'll go out there one day and take my
toward the north and east with time. We
can't get my drone to work right now.
We tracked one that moved through
last year, my drone attacked me.
Areas tonight that have been rotating in these thunderstorms.
It went a little
just doing a closer look here,
and I nearly chopped my finger off
with our product showing us south of Stevenson,
and it ain't worked right.
I would imagine this is the same one that went through Fackler, and it
oh my gosh, Cheryl, you live in Oklahoma.
Fabius, so this is all going to be moving toward your area. There's
she said it
County
was
Road. I'm going to have to step off to see that. County Road 491. County Road 491. If you live here, this is where just to the east of Wenville. That's where we have the rotation signature. That's going to head up toward Yucca and Fabius. And that's where the tornado would be occurring and continuing to move off to the east. Now, we do have the confirmed tornado warning still in effect. We have the severe thunderstorm warning for eastern Jackson County in this area, far northeastern tip that includes northern, extreme northern DeKalb County until 8:30 for that one. And then the circulation that's still over, let's say, southeastern Madison County.
Here's what's worrying me.
Around Poplar
I told y'all the trees a minute ago.
Still
They
have
quit
some
moving.
very strong wind associated with this. You'll see here as I just take a couple of scans. That's going to be at least 60 miles per hour. So we still have
anytime weather's come through,
a damaging
comes
wind
out
threat in this. And I say if no tornadoes occur, because right now it is just a tornado warning. There's no, and
I'm just
I
glad I
don't
don't live in that trailer no more, and I don't have to get it.
But it is a
I don't
tornado
know how many
warning
times
that it has not been confirmed, right? It's a red
brother's
blinking
house.
box, so that's a tornado
Leave
warning.
me here
It
if
has
I
not been
die. I don't
confirmed.
get
It
it.
is radar indicated, and that's what we continue to track here through this part of Madison
I've seen
County.
those
Now, I will
TikToks.
say that it's very close to crossing into
There
Marshall
with
County
so
right now, and I know I
people
mentioned
have
Grant
tornado warnings, and they're
earlier.
just like,
So if you're in Grant, I would definitely, if you haven't already heeded that weather message, stay there in your storm shelter until we can give you all clear, because this is going to be moving in to northern Marshall County. So if we zoom in here a little bit closer, just taking a closer look here, Woodall Place, there's Grant, and then there's Humpton. It's moving into Humpton right now, and there's Swearingen, and this is going to be an area where we have the rotation crossing through.
do
So
mortgages.
if
And
you are familiar with going up toward the Grant area, it's a really nice region where we have Gar and we have the Cathedral Caverns.
We don't
and
have a
everything.
storm
So
shelter.
this is where the rotation area is likely going to be
Go
tracking.
under the house.
I'm watching
the house
storm
is
back
like
towards
up
Triana
off the
and the
ground,
Lacey
so the
Springs area. We're
underneath
starting to
looks
get some
kind of like a
rotation again on this
basement,
one as it
but it's
approaches
in
the
ground,
South
so
Huntsville area.
there's a little
So
door
this
to
storm
it.
is this one is
So
also
we just
rotating and
walked
going
out
over some of the
the
areas that just
screen door
dealt
and
with
climbed
a
up in
tornado
there,
warning.
hiding in
So
the
just keeping an eye on
house
that
what
as
we
our
did
shield
last
detector
time.
has been going up with that one on the south part of Redstone Arsenal there.
All right,
I'm
thank you
not
for
worried
that.
about
And we also
Kyle
have
because
a hail core that's likely occurring here in western
just
Morgan
popped up
County.
on my
There's
phone.
a signature with the hail, so that's going to be going into Hartselle here within the next half hour or so, maybe even a little bit longer than that. So just a heads up for those of you that live in Hartselle, right along
The National Weather
65,
Service tornado warning in this
imagine
area
that
at 8:45. Take shelter now in the basement or interior room.
imagine on that because
Low
it's right there.
floor
We're
and sturdy
east
building.
of Danville. It's going to head over to Hartselle, Tanner Heights area, so south of Neal. That's where we have the hail core.
Just did a new tornado warning.
Okay, they did. They extended it. I was wondering if they were going to
Well,
extend it in
it's
Marshall County. Looks like they did.
Mhm.
So northern Marshall County, we're now in a tornado warning.
That
and
one
that is
I-
going to be, and
I
you were
think
in
you were
Grant,
in
you were
here,
already in a tornado warning,
Gerald,
but I
when I
should say
talked
they
about
extended
dropping
it there
that
into southern
one.
Jackson County
That's exactly,
and parts of DeKalb County. So we'll go ahead and
that's
zoom
exactly
in here.
what happened.
This is going to be a tornado warning. This does not mean it's been confirmed, but it is
Oh,
rotating.
Lord.
The radar is indicating to us that it is rotating. So you'll see that
No!
here heading into the Grant area near and
That's where the
just,
trailer
just
is.
right around
Ugh.
and north of Grant is where that circulation is. That's going to be
I don't know what it's
crossing right
gonna
into
do,
Langston. And on the current path would go into Section.
Whoever's
So if
butt, I
you're
don't
listening
know
to
what
us
it's
in
gonna do.
these
It's
areas, you are
500.
now in a tornado warning for the potential tornado that's over Humpton right now and heading into Grant and Swearingen
You
and
watching the
Preston.
weather?
So that tornado warning has been extended. Do you know how fast this one? Do you want to
Oh,
go
yeah,
ahead?
you
Actually,
heard
I'll let you do it. Do you
Snyder?
want to go ahead and do a storm
Well,
track on it?
I'm watching
It's
that.
moving east at 35 miles an hour, so we'll track that one out from
YouTube right now.
just the general area of rotation
And,
near Grant and maybe just
they
a little bit
actually
north of
showed
there.
one of the
All right, I'll let Aaron take over to do that storm track, guys.
We'll do that one at 35 miles an hour
But
on links 2,
they,
guys.
you know how they do. They
Thank
have
you.
to do the warning for the whole county.
And we'll take
It's
that
actually going to go right through Rainsville.
35 miles an hour.
Rainsville.
And that's going to put it
Oh no!
in
Five's in the
at
freaking
7:57,
cone,
1 minute
man.
here.
Five is
Langston
in the
at
cone.
8:14, Goose Pond Colony at 8:15, and
And
getting down
Pisgah
to
is on the
Fox
other
Pocket
end
State
of the
Park at
cone.
8:18, Fife at 8:33,
8:33. It's going to
Pennsylvania
hit you.
at 8:40.
I was hoping it would
So
say
get
that.
ready for a storm capable of producing a tornado moving through these communities as we go over the next several minutes. Danielle, I'm going to just kind of keep an eye on other storms that are popping
Let me
back.
tell
towards the
David
west.
real
I've been
quick. See if
noticing
he's home.
a
See if
few
he can
things
go his
back
house.
there, so I'm just going to keep an eye on some of that.
All right,
Okay.
northern
Well, just
Marshall County
start
still
heading
going to
over.
have
Let
a
me.
potential tornado, and this part of Jackson County as
I
well.
mean, you
over
can always
Woodville
go
and
to
Asco.
Jesse's, but I
Just
don't know
make
if
sure
you've
you're
got
keeping a
time to
close
drive over
watch
there.
of this
This is up in Rainsville.
in regards to just listening to our
Let me call David
messaging
for you real
and
quick.
staying in your storm
Okay.
shelter. Just want to make sure that you guys know that this is still
We'll come
a
over to the
situation
line.
that bears watching because we do have a rotation area that's heading into Grant. I mentioned Cathedral Caverns, so that whole area is where this is going to be tracking right now. So there's Breezeway Bay to give you some perspective, and Preston and Goodwin Subdivision and Lakeview Beach and Goose Pond Colony and Carver Subdivision and South Saudi Subdivision. This whole area around Langston is where that tornado would be occurring.
Will be
crossing rather here within the next several minutes. It's actually moving into Grant right now. Just taking a
tornado
of our wind velocity.
That
radar signature is over and just near and north of Grant right now. And there have been areas of rotation tonight, and we also have some very powerful winds blowing out of this thunderstorm. So right around 60 miles per hour.
I told him to go.
West
He
of
might
Woodville.
go to her house. And
that could also very well be another area that's trying to rotate. We'll keep an eye on it. So you're going to see here south and west of Woodville, and then right here north and near Grant, there's going to be another area that could possibly be rotating still. So we have to be on guard for that. And Aaron and I will do our best to keep you atop of the situation there. But this is going to be for the cell that was tracking through New Hope, through Owens Crossroads, now in Marshall County, and really just straddling the border here between Marshall County with the rotation being in Marshall County. The Hail Corps actually is in Jackson County, right along
head up
72,
to Jackson's right now.
south and east of Woodville. So that's where we have the Hail Corps, and we still have the severe weather that is occurring. And while I'm doing all this, Aaron's keeping a close eye on the Huntsville area and everywhere else. We do have a hail core. It's still back west of Hartselle. It's going to be moving into Hartselle too. So just FYI there. They have not warned severe on that. But this is right now heading into Flat Rock. This one here, let me go ahead and put that polygon back on there. So confirmed tornado warning for Jackson County until 8 p.m. The circulation or the Hook Echo feature is moving through areas west of Flat Rock. And if I were to take, our velocity, you're going to see it's right there. That's where we have the wind velocity that could be producing a tornado heading into Flat Rock. So if you're watching us there, it really is just co-located with that rotation detector for us. And you'll see here a closer look of that rotation detector showing us where that storm is heading into Flat Rock, Aaron.
Okay.
Be
careful, baby.
To Franklin County.
All right.
There's something I'm noticing here. Our shear rate is ticking up
here
in southwestern Franklin County. And if we can take Lens 2 full, I'll show you where that is, just north of the Hodges area. There is an area of rotation here with this storm that we're going to be keeping an eye on as it progresses off towards the east, towards Spruce Pine, Phil Campbell. Just keep an eye on this one as we go through the evening.
I remember one time the kids was
a lot of these storms have been rotating tonight, Danielle. It has been hard to keep track of what's spinning because it's all spinning around here
where I was
in the
driving
Valley, and got to keep an eye on all these storms as we go through the evening tonight. Severe thunderstorm warning for Franklin County and also for Lawrence County until 9 o'clock tonight.
All right, we're also getting, of course, pictures from our own meteorologist, Jessica Fam, and I was like, sharing some of these in the chat tonight. Have several damaged photos coming in from the trees down that were right on Wall Triana. And we've also got a picture right now from Grant looking toward Woodville of a lowering. So that would be in that secondary area. So what I've got on the screen right now, as we were diverting to Aaron, was the circulation that was coming into Flat Rock. So that is still a thing. That is still happening. So just a heads up for those of you in Flat Rock, we still have a rotation area that's heading in there. So I want to step off really quick. I'm going to do one more thing here off camera before I get back on. And you're going to see here that we have still on the radar, still on live mode. This is our reflectivity. Aaron's keeping an eye on the Franklin County, Lawrence County storm. We've got a couple of areas of rotation that are still in play here in Madison County. We've got, and I'm going to point them out here to you. So we've got this one right now that's moving through Grant. I brought that up a few moments ago. So we have this one that is near and now north of Grant. That's the first circulation area that's in this part of the tornado warning polygon. Put that back on there for you.
They keep showing
and then we have this one that is starting to look at this ramp back up again near Owens Crossroads. And look at this. I don't like the side of that either. That's in southern Madison County.
Get really good most of them places.
Yeah, so we've got 3 areas that we're watching right now that are all super cellular. Meanwhile, do we know if it looks like they, it says 911 confirms the tornado south of Woodville. So there you go. So
I always make somebody from different
if they're doing this, they're going to be doing a confirmed tornado warning. So confirmed tornado warning, I would imagine will be coming since they're saying that 911 is seeing that now south of Woodville. That's the one area right here that I've got circled. And then, Aaron, keep me up to date with that Jackson County one, because I don't believe that they continued the tornado warning up there. Do you?
It does not look like it.
Yeah.
Our shear rate's up.
It was up around Flat Rock, right?
It was.
Yeah.
And we're still seeing areas of rotation there. So I would be in your safe place.
I would definitely. Flat Rock, make sure you stay in your shelter. We do not have a tornado warning for that anymore, but that storm is still rotating, and we're seeing it on our rotation detector. So if you're in Flat Rock in Jackson County, you are still in your storm shelter despite there being no tornado warning currently. All right, so here in Grant and south of Woodville, we've got a confirmed tornado that was spotted by 911 officials. It looks like, based on our National Weather Service chat room tonight. So we're still continuing to track this, and typically they will change this to a confirmed tornado warning since something has been spotted. So we'll see if this turns into a purple polygon for us. But as of right now, it is a tornado warning that we're still keeping an eye on, with a tornado that is likely occurring here in northern Marshall County, going over Woodall Place right now, heading into Oak Grove. There's Goodwin Subdivision in Lakeview Beach. So you're still in your tornado shelter. And then you're also going to want to keep a close eye on this thunderstorm. I am not liking the look of these structures here in Madison County. And in fact, there's two areas that are still rotating. We've got this one that's going right back over 431 between Owens Crossroads and New Hope. And then we have this one that's right over the Arsenal right now that is getting its act together, and at any moment could produce a tornado.
Can you hear that?
Look at this hook echo feature. This is a classic hook echo feature right there. It would not let me draw it very good, but that's what it looks like. So there's two circulations
probably having a heart attack.
that we are monitoring closely. Let me try to draw this again for you. It's this right here, this kidney bean shape that we look for. Right in these areas. There's another one right through here. So these two areas, there's the hook echo that's going to go right back over 431 between Owens Crossroads and New Hope. There's another one right through here that's going to go over South Huntsville all the way to the river. So we've got 231, 431, the Parkway going all the way south. Be advised that these could tighten up at any point and give us a tornado warning. So think about, again, what we're going to do if we get another tornado warning here in southern Madison County for two different circulations. There's two different supercell thunderstorms that are ongoing across this area. All right, taking a wider picture, just a big view. We do have some severe storms. Aaron brought those up earlier, Franklin County, Lawrence County. Again, be advised, damaging winds, hail. Those are going to be threats out of the strongest storms tonight that are just severe thunderstorm warned.
Now for southern Madison County.
So they draw it?
It's up there, and that's going to be the South Parkway area. That's going to be over towards New Hope, Owens Crossroads.
It's always when you got the straight line, it's not
going under the gun again, safe places.
All
right, so we've got continuing this tornado warning up in DeKalb, Marshall, and Jackson counties, and then this new tornado warning for those of you that do live in these areas here that are in this polygon right here. I was just showing you the two areas of rotation located near the Redstone Arsenal. Moving east at 45 miles per hour. So that's going to be this secondary one back here.
Thunder's so loud in here. It shook the house.
We want to go ahead and take Aaron, and we want to track both of them. The one that's warned is for the westernmost one.
Correct. And this is what I've got tracked right now.
It was loud.
It's Crossroads at 8:13, and that's going to put it in Woodville at 8:28, and then Town Creek at 8:37. And Goose Pond Colony at 8:42, Bucks Pocket State Park 8:45. I've said that twice.
Look out, Myers. Right for
Scottsboro at 8:47, and over to Section at 8:49. So that is the backmost storm, and then there's also an area of rotation here in the that one's kind of tightening up through the Owens Crossroads New Hope area. 431.
Oh, really?
Taking this one.
I can't believe you couldn't hear it because it was so loud.
45 miles an hour. We'll check that out.
Shoot the house
at 45 miles an hour here. It's going to have me zoom out a little bit here. And that's going to put a new up 1 minute. Langston at 8:32, Bucks Pocket State Park 8:34, Section at 8:38, Dutton at 8:44, and Fife at 8:46. So you're going to have multiple whammies here coming through the same areas. So go ahead and just be in your safe place right now. If you are in this polygon, this is South Huntsville. This is near the river, and moving over to the Owens Crossroads 431 area.
Thank you for that, Aaron. And I've got it zoomed in a lot here, so you can see some of the streets that are in the path of this tornado. This is going to be Old Big Cove Road. This is going to be near and north of Owens Crossroads, and you're going to note here that there's in between circulations. This is where I got it zoomed in. So there's a South Shawnee Road Southeast, Joel Road, and Old Big Cove Road. And this is like we heard Aaron, and like I was saying, there's going to be rotation areas over Ditto Landing and Farley and over the Arsenal right now, continuing to move east. That's going to be moving back into Owens Crossroads, and it's also a secondary circulation that we're watching that's going to be going right back into New Hope. Okay, so we have two tornadic circulations that we're watching in Madison County alone. Meanwhile, we're still keeping an eye on Marshall County. Those of you in northern Marshall County, you're still in your safe spot, and that includes those of you in southern Jackson County. So we don't want to we don't want you to think that we're not watching out. Aaron, if you don't mind keeping the eye on that confirmed in the northern Marshall County too, because I believe that is still confirmed. We have here Burroughs and Ditto Landing and Farley and Norton. There's Hobbs Island. This is where the rotation area is right now. That's going to be crossing right back into Owens Crossroads. So we're here on the south side of Huntsville again. And then here between Owens Crossroads and New Hope,
You're
right
storing
along 431, 431, 231, branches off into 431 toward Owens Crossroads. This is where we have the secondary circulation. So excuse me for that. We also have the tornado warning polygon that has been drawn for the south side of like the right south of downtown Huntsville, but the circulation is going to be well to your south right now. So it's actually going to be more toward Owens Crossroads heading eastbound. And so those of you in Hampton Cove, you were also included in a tornado warning, but again, things can change a little bit.
One of my
so
friends just sent
make sure you're seeking shelter.
running from the
biggest part of the
neighbors.
circulation is going to be heading right back in to Owens Crossroads. So we do have we finally, it looks like, have a severe thunderstorm warning for Hartselle that's going to be incoming here for that hail core I was talking about earlier. But here we go. We've got the multiple areas of rotation, and just to check, let's keep checking on the storm that was moving in Flat Rock too, because we had the Flat Rock
going down road or hiding from the
the tornado warning was just dropped on that, and then we've got the southern Marshall County or northern Marshall County storm that is still producing likely a tornado. We had confirmation of that near Woodville. So Aaron, we've got those two storms I'll let you look out for. I'll look out for here now here in Madison County. So look out for Marshall and Jackson.
Across the creek.
See if they do anything different up there with that Flat Rock.
You got across the creek.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Because that was interesting earlier.
It's still rotating. It's still showing signs of rotation.
If it wasn't a Sasquatch, if it wasn't a ghost.
Flat Rock, Eider, Bridgeport.
Yeah, and then there's that.
Then there was some wandering crack
Langston. So if you're in Langston, crossing the county line right now,
to go down through
Marshall County, and looks like Marshall County right over the.
And he must have thought, hey,
there. So
I'm gonna walk through this garden barefoot.
We'll go back
because I got the
here in a
biggest
moment.
faith
So
there
we've got
are.
Madison County right now. Owens Crossroads.
How about that crackhead
walking of a tornado? And if you're in New Hope, stay in your storm shelter because your area of rotation is still over top of you right now.
Myers was asking if the Sasquatch was hiding
for the
from the storms.
The one back to the west. So we've got this one. This is what the original warning was drawn for.
We got to watch.
But this one is going to continue to move off to the east, and then we've got the one right over New Hope that's rotating as well. That's also moving off to the east. So I'm going to take a quick step off because I do want to zoom in a little bit closer to some of these areas that are seeing the tornado, and that's going to be over Pennywood Road and Lyons Road and Ed Spears Road. This is right around the Owens Crossroads area and Hill Road, Rock Spring Road. Make sure you're in your safe spot. Old Big Cove Road. I mentioned Joel Road earlier. These are areas. Richard Branham Circle. If you're hearing me say your area or your street name, or you just know this area, it's just safe if you just live anywhere in this vicinity that you seek a shelter. And of course, we always urge that in the tornado warning polygon anyway. But the worst of the storm for you in Owens Crossroads that was warned for the area back to the west.
About
I will say,
our weather out
even though that one had somewhat of a
we don't have
signature,
a weather station.
one of the New Hope looks like it could be even, getting its act together even more so.
All the way down in
This
Birmingham.
is right over
Depending on
New
where
Hope,
you
Cedar
live.
Point Road. That's where we actually have, that's north and
And
east of
so,
New Hope. That's where we actually have a very strong
over
wind
here on
signature
the
right
east
now,
side.
up to near 70 miles per
Where all
hour on
the
our wind
mountains are,
velocity.
they
So
don't
that's
know.
likely going to be going right over
They're all
Mill
about
Road,
Huntsville,
Butler
you
Mill,
can see it.
Rocky Ridge, Cathedral Caverns Highway. Again,
Yeah.
these are areas we've already mentioned from other
Crazy.
circulations, but that's going to be another circulation that's coming over your
You
area
weren't
from the
walking around
west.
barefoot
And then we're, of
there,
course,
I'll tell you
tracking the
that.
one to the west of Owens Crossroads.
And he
that will
said
be
that the
also
foot was
moving
longer
in
than
from the
his and
west.
wider
We
than
still have a
his.
severe
They didn't
thunderstorm, or
measure
we
it.
do rather, I should say, now have a severe thunderstorm for Morgan County. That's for that hail core I was mentioning that was moving over Hartselle earlier. And then just a closer look here for our friends out in northeastern Jackson County, Cartersville, Flat Rock, Higdon. You still have a heavy rain and hail core ongoing across the area. Last we spoke, I was tracking rotation signature over Flat Rock. It looks like right now we've got one pixel that's up around 70 miles per hour. We can still be very well detecting some of that
70 mile
wind that's going through your area, but there's no tornado warning on it.
Yeah.
There's definitely still some areas of rotation, so take the storm seriously. A couple of areas that's going to be north and east of Flat Rock, heading toward extreme northern DeKalb County in south near Higdon, and then another area over Flat Rock that's rotating, that's moving east.
That
so
was
we'll let
weird.
you know if that turns tornadic. And then closer look here at these cells that are in Owens Crossroads, Berkeley, Cedar Point, New Hope areas, crossing right over 431. These are areas that are also still rotating, everybody. So we still have what we call the hook echo. It's not as pronounced as it once was, but it's right there. The other one, again, is dissolving a little bit, but it could be recycling. A lot of times this happens. But you can see here, there's 2 areas I've drawn. Those are kind of the kidney bean shape we look for a potential tornado. And we're still seeing that showing up here on our radar. Look at our debris detector. And I'm not seeing anything on debris detector right now. So that's certainly some good news. We still have an area of rotation that's showing up. And some of the strongest wind, actually, Aaron, from what I'm seeing, is at least in Madison County at the moment, is northeast of New Hope at this time.
Yeah, that is what I'm seeing on our rotation detector. Actually, you may want to go a little bit further north there, south of the Grissom High School area, and almost the Whitesburg area here over Green Mountain. So yeah, that's where our rotation detector is picking up on the strongest rotation in the winds there.
All right, let's see our camera out in Gunnersville, because we can see what we can see out in that region. Let me take a closer look here. Again, we have multiple areas of rotation that are happening right now. Let me just take a look here as we have the radar image. We have Aaron up. Aaron, why don't you walk everybody through? I'm going to load this Gunnersville camera while we're talking.
So let's go back to the storm in Madison County that is of most interest here as this comes through the Foxfire Green Mountain area. This is where likely seeing the strongest rotation here on our rotation detector. This is where we are seeing the strongest of that at the moment. This is going to go across Green Mountain towards 431, and it is going to be moving off towards the east. And yeah, it's up and down with the rotation detector here, which means we've seen this back and forth with the rotation here. There's a lot of different areas of circulation here with this storm in the Owens Crossroads area down towards New Hope, and then moving off towards the east. So anybody in the red polygon here across South Huntsville down into the Owens Crossroads, into the Hampton Cove area, you need to be in your tornado safe place right now as the storm is moving on through. Right now as these storms continue to push on through. Again, we've got the tornado warning for Madison County. We've got the tornado warning for Jackson County and northern Marshall County until 8:45.
And I can see the wall cloud from our Gunnersville camera. So let me go ahead, and I just found it. Let me go ahead and pop this up here. If you guys can take me back on here. I'm going to pop up our camera because you can actually see from our Gunnersville camera. Do we have that loaded in here? Okay, it's not loaded in there. Let me see if there's a way. Can you pop it in there?
It's not loaded. Load it, lady.
Okay, can you pull it in?
Where's Ben Smith?
Okay, Aaron's going to pull in the Gunnersville camera. We do have a wall cloud. You can see it as the lightning is flashing right now. It's very evident from our camera. I don't want to zoom in too much on it, but our camera is at the state park in Gunnersville, and it's going to be looking well north. But I mean, that's how visible that is right now. So if we can go back over, does Aaron have it? Do you have Gunnersville camera up?
Yes, it looks like we're losing Gunnersville camera. Is that?
No, it's right there.
There it is.
There it
okay,
is.
It took me a second to
there it
catch up
is.
here.
Okay, so if what we're looking at right now is yeah, we can take that full. So you're looking at it, and there it is.
Wow.
Do you see that?
Yeah.
Oh my God!
The lightning flashes. That's how I was able to see it. So you can see it right now.
That is way too close to
this thunderstorm. Man, that is a definite lowering there at that wall cloud. So Gunnersville camera right now at our state park, and that's going to be looking up toward that thunderstorm that's likely over the northern Marshall County area right now. But you can definitely see it. Look at it again. Every time the light flashes, you're going to see that lowering of the base of the cloud. It's right in the middle of the screen. You can't miss it. That is the lowering that we look for. That's what we call the wall cloud. And involved in that wall cloud, right in the center, most times in the center, you get the funnel, and then the funnel drops to the tornado. All right, so we're going to keep a close eye on this one. Aaron,
I think it's closer.
Let's go back to the radar real quick. If you wouldn't mind just keeping a close eye on that one.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye on that.
But that's a good, that's a visual. You can definitely see it from our Lake Gunnersville camera right now. So that's going to be looking towards, so our camera here It's going to be looking right toward this storm right here. So it's a very pronounced wall cloud that is still associated with this thunderstorm. And this is thunderstorm, again, moving through northern Marshall County. Now, if you're joining us in Owens Crossroads or New Hope, we do still have a tornado warning that is ongoing, as well as in northern Marshall County. What I want to say, though, is what we were just looking at is the circulation that was over New Hope. So this is it right there. I mean, we just saw the wall cloud associated with this. That's near and north of Grant. So you're going to see here, right there is the little hook echo. There it is. That's what we were seeing, the wall cloud. That was over Grant, okay? That's what we were just showing you. Meanwhile, we have another hook echo that's coming into Section. So Section, just again, be advised what
thanks for coming here to support my nervous
tornado
system.
Precautions are as this
And
thunderstorm
hi,
is coming
Dory.
in. So you can see Goose Pond Colony, Carver Subdivision, and Langston. We were talking about these areas earlier with Langston being in the path. There's Davistown. Section, you're going to be there. It's crossing the river right now. And it's going to be going right into Section and just in areas south of Section. That's going to be this one tornado warning that we have that is in effect until 8:45 for Jackson County. Meanwhile, we have north and near Grant. Once again, I feel like I've broken record. I've said this a million times tonight, but once again, we have another circulation. We just showed it to you from our Lake Gunnersville camera. Lowering. There's a wall cloud, definite wall cloud here. We are so thankful for all of our cameras and our storm hunters out there tonight, because we've been in position to see a lot of these thunderstorms. That circulation that was in New Hope is now approaching Grant, and I do want to take a closer look here. The one that we were showing, let's put our, the one that we were showing looks like it has lost its characteristics. The one that was, let me back out one more time, get my bearings here. Yes, so the one that was moving through into Owens Crossroads, it has weakened. So right now, I don't see any immediate danger for a tornado. If that changes, we'll let you know. The one on the east is actually tightened up again. So the warning was initially warned for the circulation that was on the western side, and now the eastern side rotation is even stronger. So, and that's what we're, that's what we're seeing from Lake Gunnersville.
I'm still seeing it on this Lake Gunnersville camera behind me here. You can see this area here, now that I'm in the double box, Danielle. So it may be kind of hard to see in a smaller box, but what's happening is that you're seeing this,
your power go out?
This thunderstorm as
Lord,
flashes every now and then.
lost the power.
You just saw a little bit of it there as the lightning was flashing behind. There you go. So a little bit of a lowering there with that storm as it pushes through just north of the Lake Gunnersville area.
Yeah, that's right. Right in the center of the screen is where right in the center of the screen is where we have the wall cloud that is associated with our Lake Gunnersville camera right now. That's going to be over this thunderstorm, moving into Grant again here in northern Marshall County. So we're going to continue to keep that in play. And at any point, guys, is there, if you can hear me in the booth, is there a possibility to get links to behind me at all?
Supercell north of Henniker.
So
oh,
there we go.
Shoot,
so
that's over here.
So there it is, right there. You see it, Aaron, too? Yeah, you're still seeing it. Look right here.
That's just
we got to get the right flash.
It's spelled Henniker wrong.
The leading edge of it is right here.
This thing's right.
Just did it. It's going to be there. It is right there. That's going to be the wall cloud. That's the lowering right there. We're going to get the tower, the pole. I mean, rather in the way, but it's going to be right there. Is where the wall cloud is right now.
Look at this.
And maybe we can adjust the camera just a little bit. Yeah, if you want.
That sucker's huge. Yeah, right, Myers. Oh.
Aaron's adjusting the camera right now, giving us a better look at that thunderstorm that is moving into Grant right now.
That's up in here.
And if we can go back to me with links 2 behind me. All right, so there it is. See right there? That is where the start of the wall cloud is, and then about here is where it's ending. We can only really see it when we get the lightning flashes, right? So it's going to be right here. It's going to be going right there. There's the lowering right through here. We can see it on our Lake Gunnersville camera at the state park. That's going to be looking right toward Grant. All right, Aaron, thank you so much for that. Let's go back to the radar, and if you see again lowering or like a funnel cloud, let us know. Grant, you are still in your safe spot. We've got that tornado warning that is continuing for your area. We just showed it to you.
Yeah, you're right. The thunder rattling wild.
Camera, and we still have a circulation that's heading into Section 2. There's a lot going on here across the Tennessee Valley, and we understand a tornado watch continues until 10 p.m. Let's just do a hard reset really fast. Tornado watch continues for the entire area until 10 p.m. If you are not hearing us say your city or your neighborhood, That is likely because you are not in immediate danger of a tornado, okay? But you could still be tracking some wind and some hail, okay? But there is a circulation that's heading right into Section, so you're still in your safe spot in Section. That just crossed through Langston, and then we've got this one that we're looking at on our Lake Guntersville camera. That is going to be near Grant right now, heading east. So that's going to be crossing over and into Langston again. So we've been getting hit. Some of these same areas have been getting hit. Let me.
I don't think they're wedges. We don't really
get
get
wedges.
Some
Are getting hit. So if we zoomed in a little bit closer, there is Esslinger Road, and there is Winkles Road, Preston, and there's Preston subdivision. Swearingen, a place that I've already mentioned a bunch of times tonight. Back in your storm shelter if you're not there already. And then it comes back again. So you don't want to try to go out and see this thing, but we're able to at least show you on our camera network where we could possibly be seeing something on camera. And did this just change to a confirmed? It did. Excuse me. Excuse me. Aaron.
Yeah, I've got you. Let's talk about this confirmed tornado.
Now, on April 27th, 2011, we had the bad one.
Here, and that's the only way you're going to see this thing. So go ahead and be in your safe place, be in your shelter as these storms are pushing through. Let's get you back to the radar. This is a confirmed tornado warning north of the Grant area, and it's going to be pushing off towards the east at around.
I'm worried about y'all, Myers.
45 miles an hour. I'm going
to tell her to quit saying sections so don't go away.
And I
is she cursing you?
Because of all the stuff that has come out tonight. And trying to figure out where
I'm in the cone too.
This is coming from. 35. Okay.
One that we were tracking over Section. That's damaging tornado, golf ball size hail, emergency.
I'm hearing something weird outside.
Okay, sounds good. Section. So the Section one at 35. So we'll put it in Section, move it out at 35 miles an hour, and give you some times here. Okay, Section. Now, Dutton.
I think it's a freaking plane.
Fisher Crossroads, 9 o'clock. Valley Head,
Sure, that's not a plane flying over
904. Battle at 906, and Bankhead at 907.
All right, thank you for that, Aaron. Confirmed tornado warning continues until 8:45. Also getting word that the radar is down. So we're going to need to switch over to a different radar source here. Looks like the high top radar.
On another note, y'all like my cut?
Is currently down, but we'll let you know as soon as we get word that that is back up. But we do have other ways to be able to look at our products here. So
yeah, the rains will try.
The scans are taking a look here in northern Marshall County. Again, that's where we have the tornado, and it is a confirmed tornado warning now. We were showing you the wall cloud on television as it was moving by our Lake Guntersville camera, and we still have the tornado circulations that are coming right into Section right now. All right, so we've got the one that's over northern Marshall County into Grant, and then we have this one here that's heading into Section right now. And I will say that
it's not funny. I know I shouldn't laugh.
Okay.
Cab County.
All right, so the rotation detector. Okay, that's for that one cell that we were tracking earlier over Flat Rock. Yeah.
I'm running off Birmingham's radar right now. I don't know which one you've chosen to go with here.
Yeah.
It's difficult, but we know that this area has had a history of rotating, and this is northern DeKalb County. This is going to be for the Deerhead Cove, Cartersville area, so it's going to be pushing over into North Georgia before too long here, and that one is moving to the east at 25 miles an hour, Danielle. It's moving very quickly here. And that's going to put it into Georgia.
All that where we are
in the next few minutes. Rising Fawn, if you know where that is, on the other side of the state line.
Usually down in the valley there.
All right, thank you for that, Aaron. Taking a closer look here at this zoom in.
The length is pretty different.
Yeah, remember I've done videos that links to cemetery before. Section, you're still in your safe spot because there is that tornado that's coming in from the west, and this is going to be heading right towards Sylvania and Henniger. And if you're in Rainsville and you're hearing us, you are in a confirmed tornado warning, and that is likely due to
it looks like Henry would be better off staying the trailer
crossing very close to you. Aaron, I'm still trying to look. I don't see that it's down yet, actually. We're getting data last transmitted. Yeah, I'm still getting high top. And maybe I'm,
Maybe they thought they took a power hit and it came back up. I don't know.
I don't know either.
That could be possible. You know how the lights kind of flicker sometimes and then they come back on.
Well, let's see, and it
The
could
girls at
be
work,
it could
you
be
know,
that
that
it'll
live in
catch
Fort
up here in a
Payne,
second. But
they don't
we
really
still have
get
it's coming
that.
into section right now.
And they worry about it all.
And yeah, I see it now. It is down. High top is down.
Okay.
Last received at 8:20. All right, so we're going to switch over to a different radar site and be able to show you here different features. And our rotation detector is going to be something that's going to be very useful for us as this is coming through section right now. It's going to be going towards section with the largest hail core to the north of section, but the tornado circulation is going to be coming right into section right now.
Oh,
so just a heads up for you that live in that area that you are still seeking shelter from this confirmed tornado. And then meanwhile, Aaron did mention that we have the tornado circulation that is going through northern DeKalb County right now. And then of course we have this tornado circulation here that is in southern Madison County, and that's continuing to move off to the east. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning that continues here for Morgan County, and that is in effect until 9 p.m. And that is because of that thunderstorm that is producing the hail that we were tracking that was over Hartselle. And then we also have a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings that are still continuing in eastern Franklin County and western, it looks like western Lawrence County, and that is in effect for the storm that's coming in from the west. So I'm going to keep switching back between different radar sites so we can try to see here what we've got going on. We've got a couple of different ones that we can go back and forth through. Yeah, I'm thinking for at least the northeast side, that might be our best bet for right now. And then also looking at shear rate because we can get a good handle on that too. But we do have these two circulations.
Fort Payne is right, is sandwiched right in
moving through section right now. Our rotation detector would be able to, and also if we could put like level 3 on.
So they kind of get protected by the mountains.
We can put level 3 on too.
The rain's picking up. I don't know if, can y'all even hear it out here?
Gotta figure out, yeah.
Can y'all hear it out here? The rain. Open the window. Turn off my fan. It's the lightning out there. Woo! Lightning storm. This is how us rednecks roll. We sit out here just chilling and talking. I'm worried about Myers, dude. I am. The heck?
So we have multiple radars. What we're doing right now is we're analyzing data from different radars.
Trying to get caught up.
Continuing to move into Georgia. So if you watch us there, you are still seeking shelter from this tornado. And Aaron's got a close eye on that Lake Gunnersville camera. Aaron, are you seeing anything new?
Yeah, I'm just still seeing that lowering every now and then. It's gotten dark. It's gotten so dark now, and it's gotten where the only time you see this is when the lightning flashes behind the lowering and not in front of it or beside it or behind it. So just watching this camera closely because every now and then you'll see a little bit of that.
Do you know anything about Fort Payne?
Lodge there in that
right now we're okay, but a couple more cells are
definitely starting to see some of that lowering lighting up behind that image or behind the image here. So seeing that every now and then with the lightning behind it. That wasn't a good flash. That was kind of closer to the camera.
Yeah.
Myers is not responding anymore. I'm getting worried.
Non-tornado warning that continues for those of you in the section area.
Number.
And we also have the tornado warning that continues here. That's going to be northeast of Eider. This is the same storm that I was tracking earlier that was moving through Flat Rock and moving south of Higdon. That's crossing the state line right now into Georgia.
I sent them my number at one time, but I don't know
just an update there. If you live in Eider, this is actually going to be to your north and east and heading east. We also have the circulation that's continuing to move through and east of the section area, likely over Dutton and heads up Sylvania, heads up Henniger. This is going to be going toward your area next. I know I mentioned Rainsville earlier. It looks like the circulation might cross just north of Rainsville, but you don't want to take it lightly in Rainsville. I would stay in a storm shelter at least for a few more minutes just
They're not
to give this
answering.
time to pass on through. But last we were looking here, it was moving to section in Dutton and continuing to move off toward Henniger. So if you're in Henniger, you're still keeping a watchful eye on this in your storm shelter. Hopefully you have us pulled up and able to watch us here on our streaming platforms. But this is a
If I miss it, Mars
situation
comes
where
back
we're
in
still
here. Y'all let
monitoring
me
a
know. I'm
confirmed
worried
tornado
now.
warning that is in effect until
I'm worried
8:45
about
for this part of
Stephen
Jackson
Autumn
County.
in there.
Now it is going to be basically moving into northern DeKalb County, like I mentioned, Sylvania. I mentioned Henniger. So you guys are also going to be in this tornado warning situation. And if you haven't already sought shelter, you want to go ahead and do that as well. We have numerous thunderstorms ongoing in our area. We've got one here in Morgan County. It's a severe thunderstorm warning until 9 p.m. And then we've got thunderstorms that are, of course, occurring all over the area, including here in downtown Huntsville.
Look, that's all the lightning
right now because we can hear it from our studio. So if you're watching us in Jackson County, that is the one.
I bet you that
Jackson
storm's
and
on top of
County,
them.
That's the one area where we have the tornado warning that is
Are all my
ongoing
peeps
across the
okay?
region from Langston towards Section, Dutton, and Sylvania. That's the whole storm itself, with producing a lot of lightning as this is crossing 35 and Section over Dutton next, and then Henniger and really close to Sylvania and Henniger. So this is the zone that we're watching right over 71 and 40, County Route 425 and Henniger, Elliott Crossroads, Brooks Crossroads,
picking
and
up
Sylvania.
out here.
And we just got another scan. So you're going to see this thunderstorm continuing to move off towards your area. So take that storm seriously. Confirmed tornado warning until 8:45. Taking a look at the home view right now, we have numerous thunderstorms that are tracking through the Tennessee Valley.
I tried to call you on Facebook. I didn't know if it was your
we have a couple of different warnings, whether it's severe or
I was worried
tornado,
about
to
y'all,
get you caught up on here. So we've got the home view right now. Where we've got the tornado warning. That circulation is crossed into Georgia. So this is going to drop off at some point. And then we have this confirmed tornado warning still in effect. It does include northern Marshall County, but that is going to be for the circulation that we were tracking going into Section and now Dutton.
According to this app, it's not going to be over until
tornado warning. Meanwhile, we have the severe thunderstorm warning for Morgan County.
Which is 8:34 here right now.
It's crossing I-65 right now. It's likely producing some very strong winds, likely warned for those 60-mile-per-hour winds right along the leading edge of this. I don't currently see
one of my friends from work,
tornado, but if you live in Morgan City,
okay. She lives in here,
you're really getting it hard right now as far as the heavy rainfall. And then right along the leading edge, there's going to be 60-mile-per-hour wind potential as that tracks on through the area. So just putting a closer look here at our play loop, and you'll be able to see that this thunderstorm is tracking east. That's going to be tracking over 67. There is no tornado threat, but I did want to update you that is a severe thunderstorm warning right now.
We still got all this.
Your area. It does include ARAB as well for the severe weather potential. So that's been crossing right over 65 in Falkville, crossing through Eva and north, and that's going to be going east, eventually into western northern Marshall County in terms of where ARAB is in north. That's the severe thunderstorm warning. It's going to be a wall of water, a lot of lightning associated with it, and the potential for 60-mile-per-hour winds. That's what I have right now as of the latest. We've got the severe thunderstorm warning, and then we've got this confirmed tornado warning, and we've got this one that's going to be moving into Georgia. And then over Huntsville, we have the heavy rainfall. It's torrential rainfall right now, and we've got a lot of lightning with it. So over Huntsville, Meridianville, just putting
I hope your family issues okay.
Lightning is everywhere and really intense. Where we have, of course, the tornado warning storm. And then really intense here over Morgan County as well, because that is the other severe thunderstorm that we are tracking. So we will keep you posted.
That was just weird timing because
as we get more information.
She was like, "It's on top of
safe spot right now. You're putting
section right now," and then you went dark kind of, and I thought, "Oh God, what?"
Here into this situation. So that's going to be moving into Henniger and Sylvania next. Going to be right over 75 and 40 before too long, and then eventually 117 here in DeKalb County. So make sure that you are watching this storm closely and heeding the weather message. If you haven't already gone to a storm shelter in Valley Head, you'll want to make sure that you're keeping a close eye on this outside of the tornado warning polygon, but you still are going to be experiencing the
decent one
thunderstorm.
out there.
And at any point,
And my
the tornado
sister
warning
uses
could be
that too.
extended.
That's the
So
only
we will
she'll
keep you updated
use.
on that. But right now, the strongest is moving into Sylvania, eventually Henniger. You're going to be next. And then on the current path, we'll be moving very close to Valley Head or right over Valley Head. So if you live in these areas of DeKalb County, you're going to be, again, right over 59. Pay close attention to your phones, to your
It's going a
5
little
alert
bit
19,
south of me then.
and as soon as you're
I
in
mean,
that
we
tornado
might
warning,
get the
you'll seek that shelter and go to your safe spot. And again, that's for places that are east out of the tornado warning polygon. Just want to give you a heads up there.
If anybody
Again,
from
warning
Rainsville's
continues,
watching,
and it is a confirmed tornado warning.
y'all better be
until
hunkered down.
8:45. Aaron, anything new that you have learned over the
You know,
last couple of
somebody,
minutes?
hey, I'm gonna tell you this too. And I thought there's these people that got those little fruit
I'm just
sellers.
keeping an eye on the
Dig into
storm
the
back
ground, hiding
into
one of
Morgan
them.
County.
They're all over
Morgan
the side
County
of the
to east
road.
of Falkville,
Jump in
and
one.
watching that is because I'm scanning from Birmingham's radar down to the south. So again, we're shooting pretty high up in the atmosphere here, looking at an area that may be rotating. Again, all of these storms have been rotating tonight. They haven't always put down tornadoes, but
can grow
some of them
out
have.
of.
And so that's something that we're keeping an eye on, just some of those areas of rotation. And now it's becoming a little more challenging, Danielle, now that we're having to look from other radar sites that may be causing us to look much higher up into the thunderstorm than where we normally would be with high top. But that is the situation that we're working with now. And so we may wind up having more tornado warnings because of that. I don't know, but we'll see.
Yeah, and this area of rotation is still there. That's going into section, and then also the Grant area. As we take a closer look here, I just have videos. I don't know if different radar sources that I'm using just to kind of see bouncing back and forth like radar, like Aaron said. And that circulation area is certainly going to be going east of section right now. Henniger, Sylvania. These are areas that you'll want to make sure that you are seeking shelter if you haven't already. And like Aaron said, you know, we've got resources here. We've got polygons that are still showing up. So we're going to continue with this for a little while longer. And I know you can hear the voices are probably waning. But we've been at this since at least 3 o'clock, I believe, 3 or 4 o'clock. So we're going to stick with this for you guys, and just know that these are thunderstorms, and the National Weather Service is saying that they're going to work on clearing some counties across northwest Alabama from the tornado watch. So they're going to just diagnose the environment and see what's going on here. But right now in the shoals, you don't have the thunderstorm, so that's good. You know, you're in the clear at least for the moment, and we'll let you know if that watch is allowed to be canceled.
I don't know if y'all remember,
but if you are in Morgan County, Marshall County, Fred Eva, east to Arab, and out toward let's say northwestern or northern Marshall County, you are in a severe thunderstorm warning. So north of Gunnersville until 9 p.m. and that does again continue because of the threat of the 60-mile-per-hour wind. It's going to be right here on the leading edge, right here, heading toward Bellyton, Arab, western, and central northern Marshall County. So it's right along that leading edge where we have the strongest of the wind. And while we do have thunderstorms occurring in Madison County, there's no immediate danger concern, at least right now, of a rotation signature that would bear any immediate tornado warning. But of course, we've been trying to keep you updated on that pretty much all night long. You're going to see everybody goes hunting high top. This activity is moving toward Valley Head. I mentioned Henniger and Sylvania earlier being in your safe spot. If you're watching us in Ida, the tornado circulation that crossed through Flat Rock, it moved just here north and east. And the circulation we're watching now is moving through Sylvania and Henniger, likely as it's been crossing through section. That's the scan that we got earlier as it was approaching section. So that's likely well east of that area right now. And a lot of heavy rain and a lot of lightning involved with this thunderstorm at this time. And you can just see that just by taking a closer look here at our radar signatures. So damage has been reported across the Tennessee Valley.
Best thing to do is go.
It looks like they're going to work on clearing Lauderdale, Colbert, and Franklin counties from the tornado watch. So we'll let you know when that happens. And We have had numerous damage reports coming in tonight, and it's still not over. We still have some folks that are still going to be dealing with severe weather
y'all want to
for
go back
several
out to the
hours
richest
longer, up
cemetery
until
else, just let
10
me know.
p.m. is when the tornado watch is going to be allowed to
If you
expire,
check,
unless, of course, they expand it. But as of right now, the
your
worst of the
Facebook
weather seems to be
Messenger.
from Lawrence County down south
I
into
know,
Marion
right?
County
But
and
they
east.
do.
This is where we
But
have
if
the
you check
bulk
your
of the
Facebook
weather
Messenger,
occurring right
I have
now.
put my
And
phone
out in the
number
Shoals
there. Y'all are
area,
welcome
we're right now we're in the clear, and I don't see anything imminent right
Go
now
places
from your
together.
west. So that's certainly some
But
great
yeah,
news for
there's somebody
tonight.
that
Aaron.
Kevin
Issued a
knows
new
that
tornado
told me
warning for, yes, this
recently
is the tornado warning for
that
portions of
Scottsboro.
yes,
the
so
witches,
Scottsboro, Jackson County. So
they're like
yeah, we've got rotation
kind of
on this
gothic
storm
looking
as
witches.
well.
They rode by
It's
him in
going
a
to be the
car. There's
section
like
Dutton,
a car
Sylvania,
full
Henniger,
of them.
Valley Head
He
area.
has to go. Where are
So
they going? They're
keeping an
going
eye
down to
on
the
that one
cemetery.
as well.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Aaron, for that. And again, this has now been extended, like I was mentioning for you in Valley Head, that you needed to make sure that you were keeping a watchful eye of this, because you are not in the polygon yet, but now you are.
Oh,
So if you're in Valley
the
Head,
night
you are
we
now in a
went
confirmed tornado
with-
warning until
or I went with
9:30.
Sydney and John.
Circulation again
Some
showing up
dude
near
ran down there on like a
Scottsboro.
scooter bike.
Again, we've had multiple areas
rode
rotating
in
tonight,
and he
everybody.
rides
So
around the circle
this
and
is what we're
rides back
seeing.
out.
So the situation, we'll draw it from Scottsboro, the section. How fast is this one moving?
Don't go
We'll draw it at
down
about
there by
35 miles per hour, so it's going to be putting it in Dutton at 846. And this is likely a secondary circulation area, because the one that we were tracking about 15 minutes ago or so was going through section. And now we've got another one that the Weather Service is saying is confirmed near Scottsboro. So this could be either two different circulations or just one big giant circulation that's trying to form, but I think that there could be multiple areas here. So Dutton at 846, Rainsville 853, Sylvania 855, Henniger at 901, Hammondville at 913, and Valley Head at 914, Mentone at 918, and Bankhead at 920. So the current path kind of drew it from this red blob that you're seeing there in Scottsboro to the
y'all let me know. Would
tornado
y'all want me
warning
to go
confirmed
live
here,
and
that you're
pull
seeing, and that is
cards
going to
again?
be
I used to do
for
that.
that storm
I used to
until
go live
9:30
tell
p.m.
ghost
That does
stories all
include
the time.
those of you in Valley Head and Jackson County.
Would that be something y'all would?
I'm trying to think if we have any cameras in this area. No, we do not, that I know. Actually, we have Rainsville, but I think Rainsville would be super hard to see at night. We could check in on a Rainsville camera. I don't believe this one is in here, though. Let's check it out. No, it's not going to be. But we could possibly try to see a lowering on our Rainsville camera, possibly.
Because I got no signal.
We do have a camera there, so if you wanted to pop that one up on links to when you get it. Again, this is a tornado warning that continues for those of us in Dutton, in Sylvania, in Henniger, in Valley Head, in Alpine, and even Rainsville. As the storm moves to the east, it's going to be moving through this part of Jackson and DeKalb counties. And we've got the 846 for Dutton, Rainsville 853, Sylvania 855. I did include Rainsville in the tornado path. It's possible that the circulation will go just to your north, but definitely stay in your storm shelter just in case. And I know I've said that a bunch of times tonight, just in case, because this is a situation you don't want to play around with. If you're close, you're close enough. So get low and get low fast. All right, Aaron has Rainsville up. Aaron, take it away.
Yeah, it's really hard to
go live
see
under the
anything from
house.
this camera right now across Rainsville, but you're under the gun here
look,
for
we got
a tornado here that's been confirmed. So definitely be in your safe place as the storm pushes through the Rainsville area with the strong thunderstorm going through that's producing a tornado. So be sure that you are taking your safe place precautions. That means lowest level of your home, away from as many windows as possible, and covering your head with something. Find something like a pillow or a helmet or a book or something, and cover your head from flying debris as the storm pushes through the Rainsville area. I think we're going to go back to radar right now with Danielle and take a look at the storm that's moving through the Rainsville area at this moment. Danielle.
Yeah, still moving east at 35, saying a damaging tornado, $half size tail. That's what we're looking at here with this thunderstorm as it's continuing to move over this area. So again, this was from just a few minutes ago when they went ahead and they tracked
Texas
this
storm is
into
bad.
Valley
Lots
Head,
keep going
and they
all
issued
the
that tornado
time.
warning. So we're still continuing to see it over section in the Scottsboro area, kind of right in this general vicinity. And this is moving to the east, so that's still going to continue to move over Henniger and Sylvania. Rainsville at
Fort Payne is
853.
south
Again, you're
of
close
the
enough.
road.
Seek shelter, but I think as of right now,
Sirens
maybe
going off
the
in Fort
northern
Payne.
part of this is what we're going to be watching for.
Sirens going
Over
off
Henniger at 9:01 and Hammondville at 9:13, Mentone eventually at 9:18, and Bankhead at 9:20. This is a confirmed tornado warning, so we are still dealing with a tornado that is occurring in this area. It sounds like just based on what we're getting here from our National Weather Service,
What state is this?
being able rather to track this on multiple radar sites for you tonight. As we take a look at the home view,
Rose,
I want to get you caught up on everything else that's going on.
What's the still
We've got this one that's going through Jackson and DeKalb counties.
Somebody,
And then, of course, we've got more
in.
thunderstorms that are going on that are to our south that we can take a closer look at. So here in southeastern Morgan County, heading into Marshall County, we have yet this severe thunderstorm warning. So that just moved through Florette. It's moving through
Scottsboro
right
has
now.
gone off.
That's going to be moving into Arab and Scant City and Union Grove. And then on the current path,
is that dude
through
again with all this
Guntersville. So
nonsense?
this is a severe thunderstorm warning for a storm that is capable of producing those very strong straight line winds. And then also there possibly could be some hail involved in this one. Let me go ahead and see. Looks like we're getting new information here on the Morgan County storm. So Aaron, if you wouldn't mind taking a closer look here at that confirmed tornado warning, and I'm going to find out more information on this severe thunderstorm warning.
Yeah, go ahead and take a look at that. We're going to stay here with the Dutton-Henniger storm, and this is the tornado here between Section and Dutton, moving over towards Sylvania. I'll track this out. It's moving. It's moving off towards
looking like it's south of me. I mean, we've got some red up here
right now. Tornado. Moving east at 35 miles an hour. It's not moving very quickly, but
where the hell is it?
At 35 miles an hour. And
it's in Dutton,
March. We'll get some communities here. That includes Henniger at 9:02, Valley Head at 9:17,
freaking tornadoes right underneath me.
9:20, Mentone at 9:20, and then
Poor Henniger is going through there again.
9:23. If your community was just called out,
it was this time last year they got
safe place right now as the storm has been rotating here, moving through.
Look at that hole right there.
Portions of northern DeKalb County, and this is southern Jackson County.
Too close
to northern
from
DeKalb County.
my
We saw this storm earlier from our Guntersville camera, and you can see that lowering the wall cloud. But I'm not seeing as much now. I've been looking back and forth at this Rainsville camera when it comes up. Here we go. And it's been really, really dark and really hard to see anything at all from that camera.
They need a camera out here in Jackson.
Yeah, I was able to find out this storm that's in eastern Morgan County heading into Marshall County.
It's been lightning out here,
but warning on it until 9 p.m. So for another 10 minutes, storm to the east at about 35 miles per hour. So I'll go ahead and track this one for everybody. These folks down here in Marshall County at this current track, that would be moving in Arab at 8:50, Hebron at 8:52, Guntersville Dam at 8:54, Scant City at 8:55, Town Creek at 9:14, Albertville at 9:19. And again, this is a severe thunderstorm that has been pulsing up and producing the stronger straight line wind potential as it's been moving through Morgan County. And initially, when it was first warned for, was likely for some of that hail as well. But I'm not really seeing a huge hail core. We are scanning a little bit away from the radar site, so it's possibly
not Gerald. Thanks for coming in.
At least you have some tracks here on the screen for you. If you live in these areas, you'll want to seek shelter from the potential of damaging winds. So damaging winds is what we're seeing here out of this thunderstorm. And I'm going back and forth, just checking out different radar sites to get a scan here of the other thunderstorm that we're seeing, and that one is in southern Jackson County, continuing to push off toward northern DeKalb County. And we've been mentioning Section and Dutton and Henniger and Sylvania and Valley Head, and these are still areas, even Rainsville, where you're going to need to stay in your safe spot until we give you the all clear. So we're talking about Hilltop Road and Lacey Road and Brooks Crossroads and Stamp, County Road 114, County Road 608, 608, County Road 611, County Road 751, over 40 and 117 and 75. If you know this area here in DeKalb County, you are in the path of a tornado that has been confirmed. This tornado warning in effect until 9:30, so another 40 minutes on this thunderstorm. And if you're in Rainsville, this storm, likely the strongest at least, is going to be crossing just to your north of downtown Rainsville. So it's likely going to be crossing right over 75 as you make your way closer to
Mars says I can literally see the big white cloud in the
rather, I apologize, been on the air a long time. Henniger, Sylvania to Rainsville. That's the general zone where this is crossing right now. I mentioned Dutton earlier. The circulation, the reason that it was extended east was because it was still likely occurring through these parts of northeast Alabama.
It's starting to lighten
that's why the National Weather Service electing to continue with this as it's moving off to the east at about 35-40 miles per hour. So
they stayed from
tornado. General
don't necessarily
scan of everything that's going on, and luckily, just looking out to the west, I don't see anything else. So I think the shoals, you're going to be in the clear for the rest of the night, just based on radar alone and the radar trends and seeing everything across. Seeing everything out to our west. Aaron, you got new information for us?
Yeah. Myers, I'll tell you what, that lightning
towards the northwest. That includes Colbert, Franklin
right
counties. They have been dropped from this tornado watch. We are still under the tornado watch across portions of Limestone, Madison, Jackson, DeKalb, Marshall, Morgan, and Lawrence counties. So that is where we are going to continue to watch for that threat for tornadoes as we go through the evening. I'm currently updating our website with the latest information. The good news for northwest Alabama. The bad news is storms are still ongoing across portions of northeast Alabama, and we still have tornado warnings that are ongoing across portions of northeast Alabama. This is the storm that's been rotating near Dutton and moving towards Henniger, Valley Head, Sylvania. Get ready
corner North Alabama up to the far right.
It's likely producing a tornado, and it looks like the Weather Service is trimming up this tornado warning here and just trimming it out of Jackson County and bringing it into or portions of Jackson County and bringing it into more of just DeKalb County now. So it looks like we'll get an update on that as they're trimming that warning back a little bit here out of the Scottsboro area as the rotation has moved on off towards that's interesting.
Underneath us, sort of.
Okay.
I was hoping we did that.
Taking a look at a couple different
worried
things
about
that
my
have
son,
come out now. I just got.
But he's made it to his cousin's house.
Look, yep, there we go. New tornado warning.
He's gonna have one night.
Southern,
he has to get up early in the morning to work.
Gunnersville area, southern DeKalb County, and that's going to include Albertville, Arab, Gunnersville. That is going to be that new warning there going across Lake Gunnersville, and this storm coming out of Morgan County that has been rotating, and the rotation detector is picking up on that too. We'll track this out for you. Moving to 30. The east at 50. So moving east at 50. It's been a game tonight to play. Guess how fast the storm is moving, and then track it out. So here we go. We're gonna track this one out at 50 miles an hour.
Yeah, and Aaron, we can do our Gunnersville camera again.
Yeah, we'll do that again, and I'll try to reposition it.
Yeah, Grove Oaks, where Black Oak Cemetery is.
Times on this. 9:13 in Town Creek, Huntsville,
that grave where people flip the coin slip overnight.
And Kilpatrick at 9:20, Bucks Pocket State Park.
Y'all are kind of learning
Geraldine
where all of our towns are.
The community was just mentioned. Tornado warning storm approaching your area. Go ahead and seek shelter now, Danielle.
All right, thank you for that, Aaron. And while Aaron's collecting our Gunnersville camera once again, earlier we were able to bring that wall cloud to you as it was moving through Grant from our Gunnersville camera. Well, now we have our camera pointed toward the west, towards Scant City and Arab and Union Grove, which is where we actually have the rotation detector right now showing us that. So we have that tornado warning continuing, and that is going to continue toward Gunnersville, crossing right over 431 eventually. But right now, our rotation detector does show it over Arab, continuing to move east over and eventually into Scant City. So if you're watching us in Gunnersville, in Albertville, Geraldine, early heads up for those folks that I just just mentioned that you are in the path of a tornado here across this area. So this is a tornado warning right now. This is a tornado warning for Marshall County and DeKalb County here. Collinsville, you are also included. And Aaron just showed you the storm track. And if we were to just take this out from this broad area of rotation on our radar,
you know where that big church is in Palmsville?
The original warning was drawn.
It's up on this big old hill. That's actually Indian Burial Mound.
At 8:57, Guntersville at 9:06, Alder Springs at 9:12, Town Creek at 9:15, Hustleville at 9:15. Aaron, you've got Lake
the Indian Burial Mound or what?
We're going to have to look for lightning flashes like we did earlier.
Right now, it's really difficult to see from this camera right now, just with all the lightning strikes every now and then. Still trying to move it. It's being a little bit of a bugger, trying to get this camera moved around so we can face it back towards the incoming storm out of Marshall County. But
you may not know this.
I'm not seeing much right now out of this storm.
All right, well, we are, okay, thank you so much. We are getting word that there is some strong rotation that's now showing up here. There could be a tornado in progress near Sylvania. So just a heads up for those of you here in this part of Jackson and DeKalb counties. I know earlier we were talking about Henniger and Sylvania, Rainsville, get to your safe spot. National Weather Service saying strong rotation on this tornado warned storm between Section and Sylvania. So we could have a tornado that is in progress there. So between Section and Sylvania. So right through here. And I know we said Henniger, Sylvania, Rainsville. Just want to make sure everybody here in this area is in a safe place if you haven't been there already. I mean, we've been
talking to Steve or Autumn. I never know which one I'm talking to. I'm talking to both of you.
You've already got to that storm shelter, that below or above ground safe room, closet or bathroom, interior closet, interior room away from windows. Just wanted to go over some safety advice. It's been a few minutes since we've done that. So if you're just now getting the, getting the TV on, we've got the tornado that could be in progress right now. That's between Section and Sylvania, moving eastbound, okay? That's gonna be moving through Sylvania. It's gonna be moving very close to Henniger and then also Valley Head. So heads up for Sylvania and Valley Head that we're still tracking a tornado that could be in progress between Section and Sylvania out here in Jackson and DeKalb counties. And so that's going to be protecting yourself from flying debris, that mattress or that hard hat or that helmet over top of your head. You want to protect yourself because that's the #1 killer in a tornado. We do have reports of damage coming in across Jackson County from our EMA out there. We've had numerous thunderstorms, of course, that have been going through Jackson County, which is what we're tracking right now, and DeKalb County as well. So I mentioned 117 and 40
I went that way for damage out here.
As far as the roads out here, make sure that if you live along this area and anywhere in this general vicinity between Henniger, Sylvania, between Section and Sylvania, as well as near and north of Rainsville on 75 and out toward Valley Head, Mentone, that you are taking this storm seriously. If you hear me say any of your city, your neighborhood, your county road, you've got to go to a storm shelter and you don't want to wait for it. And then we have Aaron who's monitoring the other storm for us as well. Aaron, I know we have Lake Guntersville up because we've got that storm coming into Guntersville. We've been trying to take a closer look at the camera earlier. We were able to spot the wall cloud that as it was moving through northern Marshall County with the one area earlier. This is a completely different storm now that we're tracking.
Yeah, this is the one that came out of Morgan, or is coming out of Morgan
Welcome
County
to Alabama.
into Marshall County. This is around the Arab, Albertville. I kind of wonder if we can turn our Albertville camera towards the north and see if we can see anything with that. I'm going to check that one too. But we will look at our like Guntersville camera really quickly, and there's been a lot of lightning here.
It's light too.
See some things.
That's the only thing I like.
I see a couple different lowerings there.
Came over here and she had black cherry too.
Lowerings at the best there, but definitely a storm to take serious here as we go through the rest of the next several minutes here.
I think on the far right of the screen, I just happened to glance up really quick.
There is something there.
There is a lowering, yeah.
Look at that.
Maybe on the far right. You've really got to look for the lightning flashes. Yep, maybe right there on the far right of the screen.
Yeah.
But when we position these cameras, everybody at home, we're waiting for lightning flashes to be able to pan to see where the storm would be producing the wall cloud. Remember, because we're trying to do this at night, it makes it a little more difficult. But it likely is going to be approaching our camera right from the west. That particular thunderstorm is. So heads up again, Gunnersville still in a storm shelter.
Did you see that coming in from Weather Chat?
I did not, but really quickly, Aaron, I just want to let everybody know, if you were trying to join us on North Alabama CW, we are here simulcasting our tornado warning coverage, and we appreciate you watching. We are technically now in North Alabama's CW News at 9 p.m., but we are, of course, still on CBS News 19 as well. So I just want to let everybody know that for the next half hour, we will be on the CW. Aaron.
So just got a word from the Weather Service office. Tornado debris picked up on armor from the storm between Section and Sylvania.
Yeah, so that's heading into Sylvania right now. We've said it over and over and over again. If you're in Sylvania, you are taking shelter. Do not wait. You want to go now. This is likely a tornado that continues in this area. As we take a closer look here at our different products that we can scan here. And it does look like they upped it. So let's see. Did they make it a... Is that a...
That must be where all my lightning's coming from.
Okay, that's purple on the purple on red. All right, I wanted to make sure that they didn't up the warning message there. But still, a tornado is likely occurring over Sylvania right now, and you have to stay in your storm shelter. Don't move. You want to stay there until further notice, until we give you the all clear. This is going to be going right over County Road 114 and 608 and County Road 610. Eventually, it's going to cross right over I-59. So where you're seeing that heavy rainfall right over Sylvania right now, that's where the tornado is likely occurring here. There was a tornado signature that was showing up here between that section and Sylvania area. So likely this tornado is still occurring and heading right into Sylvania now. So it's 9:02 p.m. here on Tuesday, and this is heading into Sylvania right now. There's Carlisle Road, there's 75, Mahan Crossroads right here. Stamp, you're going to be in your safe spot still. County Road 610, County Road 114, all of this area is in a safe spot, as we could be dealing with a tornado in progress right now. There's Brandon Street and County Road 112, County Road 849, County Road 689, County Road 594, County Road 112. If you're in this area, you're in the path of a tornado. In the path of a tornado right now, if you live in this part of DeKalb County. And also, we want to just widen it out one more time, because those of you in Valley Head, you need to make sure that you're also seeking that shelter from
talking about Valley Head.
Myers, and if you're in Henniger right now, I know I've been saying Henniger, Sylvania rains for a while now,
closed.
but the circulation looks like it's crossing right through Sylvania, and it's going to continue to move off to the east, and it's going to be crossing 59, and it's going to be going right into Valley Head. And then those of you in Fort Payne, right now, looks like the strongest is going to be to your north, unless there's a huge movement change in this. This is likely going to be moving right into Valley Head. If you're watching us in Fife, Peaks Corner, and Grove Oak, and Geraldine, you are in a tornado warning in Painter. You're still in a tornado warning in Albertville. We talked about this when this first one was issued, and that one's going into Gunnersville right now. That is because of a possible tornado. That is radar indicated. We don't have a confirmation on that one, but still you need to be in your safe spot. We're going to continue to check out our Gunnersville camera, and if we can show you anything of a funnel or a tornado in progress, we will let you know. But right now, we have the one tornado warning here that's heading into Claysville, 431, Gunnersville, all the way out toward Albertville. It's coming in from the west, and then we have those of you that live up here in Sylvania. Big one down there, a tornado occurring right now in Sylvania. So make sure that you are heeding the weather message, and you've got that hard hat or that helmet on, or that mattress over your head. Guys, I know there's a lot of storm fatigue out there. We've been through rounds of thunderstorms, not only today, but also over the course of the last week or week and a half. And so we're going to just get through this together. We've got just a little while longer. It's 9 o'clock. The tornado watch is set to expire at 10. But if you remember our timeline for News 19, we went up to 11 p.m. just to account for the slowing down of the thunderstorms. So I would still stay weather aware up until about 11 p.m. if you live in Marshall and even DeKalb counties. Aaron, you're taking a
We've
closer
got
look at Lake
2 more
Gunnersville.
hours.
Let's pop that up briefly, see if we
Possibly
can see
2.5
anything.
to 3
Yeah,
more
and
hours.
it's in between flashes here that I'm watching
Welcome
this lowering here
to
off in
Alabama.
the distance, and you can see just a little bit of a lowering
Y'all
here.
getting just a
off
taste
in
of
the
what we had to go
distance,
through
and
this
there's
time
not
of year.
a whole lot to tell from that.
So it looks like I got
just
4 people in here
looking
right
at the
now.
lightning
Y'all get
flashes,
tired of watching
being able to pick that up
But
every now and then when you get backlit
I
from the
want to start
lightning,
doing some more live
and
streaming again since
be
I
able
got
to
my
see
room
some of these
fixed and
features
this,
within
that,
the
and the
storm.
other.
This is why it's so
So I want to
difficult
know
to see things at night, and
what
why it's
y'all
so
would
important
like
to
to
just
see
go to your safe place when the
on the
tornado
live
warning is
stream.
issued, instead of trying to find something at night, because potentially what we're
Well,
looking at
Supply
here is
Caverns,
potentially
they shut it
something that may be
down
rain
some.
wrapped, and it may also be
And
just hard to see because it's dark outside.
Yeah, that's right.
so,
And over Sylvania right now, moving into
I mean, I
Stanton,
know
moving over County
people
Road 114 here before too long. This is
for
the
my job.
confirmed tornado warning now here in DeKalb County. County Road 608, Bethel Road, Hammondville, Valley Head, Highway 137, out toward Bankhead, and County Road 89, County Road 611, and County Road 751.
County
so
Road
if you live in this general
89, that
vicinity,
goes
there's a
through
tornado
Lookout
coming for
Mountain,
you next. So
through,
you're next, you're in your
through
safe
where
spot.
DeSoto
You're in that storm
Park
shelter
is.
above or below ground,
I filled
and
up that way
putting as many
before
walls
that
between you
church. I
and the
filled
outside as
that night with
possible.
Allison
Again, just
Mill.
switching back and forth between radar
It's off
sites.
of 89.
This warning still continues for far eastern Jackson County,
That's
far
the
eastern
road that
Jackson
boy
County
lives
as
at.
well. So if you're still in section, just give it a few more moments before we give you the all clear, just in case, because the damaging tornado is likely going to be heading right into Sylvania coming from section. All right, so we still have this one, Claysville to Gunnersville, right along 431 as you make your way out toward Albertville. In this general area, this thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado. It's going to be moving into Hustleville, and it's going to be moving into Asbury and Painter and Kilpatrick, and then eventually Geraldine and Crossville. If you're in High Point, you're in the path of a potential tornado. If you're in Boaz, this could be crossing just to your north as far as where the circulation area is, but we'll let you know if anything changes on that.
Someone's
keeping a watchful eye on that tornado warning. And then I've also been keeping a close eye on here, this stuff that's going on. That tornado that's likely in progress still across this part of DeKalb County. All right, so it looks like when they canceled the tornado warning for Coleman County, so there's Coleman County, the tip, because the circulation is going to be east of that area now in Marshall County. Continuing the tornado warning in DeKalb and Marshall counties right now.
That PS5
until 9:45.
Right.
And we've had a couple of pictures coming in from Rainsville High School. It might be worth taking a look at the Rainsville camera again at some point. We're bouncing back and forth between Rainsville and Gunnersville because we have two different circulations going on right now. We have the one going into near Rainsville and north, and then we have the thunderstorm that's likely tornadic here.
427 11
until 9:45. So we have a circulation that still continues to show up.
And we were down the road. We were staying in Mom's house, which is
coming in from Coleman County. This is likely going to be near or south of Scant City and moving east toward High Point and Albertville. If you're in Asbury, though, and Hustleville, you'll still want to make sure you're in that safe spot. Storm shelter, this is all going to continue to move off to the east. Yes, there's a lot of lightning on this. We don't have our lightning turned on because it makes it hard to analyze our features in the storm. If I were to turn this lightning on, we would likely see quite a bit of that on the radar. So again, that just complicates the analysis part of the radar because it makes it hard to see those rotational signatures. So just wanted to let you know about that. We are still, like I said, still monitoring that area of rotation. That's southeast of Arab. It's going to cross right over 79. South of Gunnersville, at least, is where I'm seeing it the strongest right now. It's still weak rotation, but stronger in sense that I'm actually seeing something now. This is right here, would be in this area.
My decab and my videos start
eventually crossing right into High Point in Albertville. So those of you in those areas need to make sure you're still staying above or below ground storm shelter and closet or bathroom away from windows. And if you're watching us in Collinsville, you're watching us here in Western DeKalb County, you are included because of this rotating thunderstorm that's in Marshall County. Meanwhile, we're still focusing attention on this confirmed tornado warning up here in DeKalb County. This warning is in effect until 9:30, so we have at least about 20 more minutes on this one.
Facebook,
and that is because of that tornado we were letting you know that was likely in progress between Section and Sylvania. There was a tornado debris signature that showed up. That's likely going to be now, I would imagine, either over Sylvania or crossing over 59 near Council Bluff and then heading into between Lakewood and Valley Head, based on what I'm seeing right now. Aaron, you have the Albertville camera up, it looks like. Is there anything that we can spot from there by any chance?
Not at the moment. So yeah, I just thought of this one coming up and seeing if we could see anything, but right now it's hard to see anything at all. So I'll send it back to you, Danielle.
All right, so we'll go ahead and let's see here if we can. I just want to check out what cameras I do have available on this map. Let's see here. There's the Albertville one. You just showed us that. We have one in Fort Payne. It's not quite there yet. It's going to be it's going to pass just to the north of Fort Payne. So just checking out those cameras. All right.
No, I'm still looking.
So Aaron will keep an eye on
EMA reports tornado on the ground for Section 2 rainfall. This is from DeKalb County Daily News.
Really torrential rainfall going on right now. And then the circulation of the tornado would be crossing near and east of Sylvania and eventually going to be moving into Valley Head as it crosses right over 59 in DeKalb County. And if you're watching us in Eider, this is all moving to your south. And if you're watching us in Stevenson, all of this is to your south right now. If you're watching us in Fort Payne, you're not in a polygon, but you might be if this storm continues to move your direction. The southernmost flank of it that I'm seeing in Marshall County is heading into Albertville. It's going to continue east through western DeKalb County. The northern side, if it starts rotating, that would be moving into Fort Payne the way it looks right now.
Okay.
Thunderstorms are going in Morgan County. Thunderstorms going on in Huntsville. I'm not quite seeing the signatures that we were earlier. So what I'm seeing just from a radar analysis standpoint is this right here. We have to get through. To get through this in DeKalb County. That's the confirmed tornado in northern DeKalb.
I bet you money they're talking about
in Marshall County. And
movement would put
down
areas
into
of
Coleman and Coleman County and east. That's the area that looks like it's the most concerning.
Browns Chapel's up close to Rainsville.
We'll keep an eye on
kind of between
Rainsville and
Madison
County that we've got going on. We've got weather there too. And if you're up in Fayetteville, you've got some rain in your area and some lightning, but you know, you had that.
They're saying, okay, so Kevin's saying the sheriff's department is saying it's really bad in Sylvania. So it must hit. There was a tornado on the ground from Section to Powell.
It's going to be going right over
hit
Sylvania
somewhere close to your mom's house, but I hope it didn't hit our house.
Stay in your shelter. I know I've said that a million times tonight, but you're just too close. This thunderstorm is just kind of traversing your area just to the near and north of you. And then Gunnersville, still in your safe spot, heavy rain pounding the area, going right over 431, going right over the lake right now. And then you can see here Albertville and Boaz, you've got a thunderstorm overhead too that's continuing to move off to the east. But some of the circulation that I was seeing, at least from a velocity standpoint and also the shear rate product, was having it go closer to the Albertville area. So right through here is where we have the rotation showing up, where the green and the red are really close together. So this is the tornado warning that we're tracking that's over Albertville. I don't have actually. The only thing that I have that just came down is that like at 9:09, DeKalb County Sheriff's deputies say it is bad in Sylvania via the scanner.
Yeah.
So that's what we have right now. Bad in Sylvania. So that's the storm that we've been tracking up there. That tornado likely going up through their area, through that area. And still seek shelter if you're between Gunnersville and Albertville and that part of Marshall County, western DeKalb County, because you're also in a situation where you have tornadoes.
So that means it was real close
going on as well. This is the storm we're tracking right now. Not a good sign for Sylvania. We're tracking that storm as it was coming through section.
1 minute ago, the DeKalb County weather said confirms tornado on the ground
as well.
Near Henniker
and
and
to hear all these reports coming in tonight. Is that a new tornado warning polygon?
That was
or is that the same one, Aaron?
I bet this one we ain't got up out here.
This one. Right here.
We've just got nothing.
Marshall. That's
nothing but lightning.
That's a new one.
Okay.
That's a new tornado warning that includes parts of Madison, Jackson, and Marshall counties. Now, this is going to be for tornado potential located near Grant, 11 miles north of Gunnersville, moving east at 35. So this is another circulation. This is different. I just saw it pop on. It's going to be for this one right here until
I'm still trying to find
9:45.
some
This is going to be
updates.
for this thunderstorm that's moving through northern Marshall County right now. And we'll take a closer look here. That's going to be new tornado warning.
Yeah.
And that's going to be because of this thunderstorm over Grant that's moving 11 miles north of Gunnersville, moving east at 35. Hazard is tornadoes. So east at 35.
I'm fixing to start taking that.
And
They got them storm spotter classes that
it's over
they
Grant
have
right now.
college sometimes.
It's going to be moving east at 35. It's going to be moving back into the Langston area.
Northeast.
So
I'm
over
fixing to
Grant,
take one of them classes.
and then east at 35 is going to put it in. Oh goodness.
1 minute ago, DeKalb EMA said DeKalb are
Langston at
confirming orange tornadoes on the ground between Henniger and Valley Head. Please take cover.
Sylvania at 9:52. Sylvania, you just got hit by a tornado. It's heading into Valley Head.
Power outages reported at Pea Ridge, Henniger to Valley Head.
So it's not confirmed yet. The one that's back to the west that just got issued for the Grant area, northern Marshall County.
Reports of damage.
It's going to be clipping parts of Jackson County here over Langston, and then headed into east into Sylvania.
Fire has reached its maximum.
It's going to be this tornado warning storm here. It's going to be for this red polygon right here.
Storm track has available space, but is near standing room only capacity.
Sylvania at 9:52.
This is all DeKalb EMA site. And what's going on outside?
Right here, this whole red polygon right here that's in Langston, all the way to Hebron, New Hope, Grant, this whole area.
Yeah.
This is
I always follow Highway 40, and that's I drive Highway 40 every day going to and from work. And there's a big one
that's moving through Gunnersville and Albertville, Hustleville, Asbury, heading toward Geraldine and Crossville. Aroni and Boaz, you are also here dealing with weather. We're going to keep a close eye on you. You are in a tornado warning right now. Looks like the circulation at the worst, at least right now, could be going just.
I know, right? That poor weather lady type of
storm. And then we have this thunderstorm that's continuing as a confirmed tornado warning. Here, as this thunderstorm continues to move east out of Sylvania, it's been moving into Valley Head. It's going to be moving into Valley Head if it hasn't already. Here's Interstate 59. This is the confirmed tornado warning that we have. This also has been extended into Georgia as a confirmed tornado. Still seeing strong rotation in Gunnersville.
So it's on the freaking interstate.
Heading toward Geraldine, Fife, and Rainsville. That's going to be, okay, hold on one second.
I'm not going to bother Hunter too much because I'm sure
I'm getting some new information. It looks like southbound lanes on I-65 between exit 346 and 347 are shut down due to dozens of trees blocking all southbound lanes.
Holy crap.
The State Department's going to be diverting traffic at exit 347 to Athens.
Oh,
so I just wanted to let you guys know about that. And if you can hear me in the booth, lots of trees, it looks like, at exit 346 to 347 on I-65. Lots of trees down the road. All right. That's the latest report I have from just damage perspective. And then, of course, Sylvania got hit. Cove got hit tonight with damage. And there's likely going to be a lot of damage everywhere else that we've had supercells rolling through. But at least for now, those are the two areas where we've seen that we've had debris. And we were able to track some
weird crap outside.
On the radar for
Ain't nothing near me right now, is there?
All right, Aaron.
I'm hearing some weird crap outside, man.
If you want to go ahead and track that storm out, that's in Albertville, going into Albertville. I'll do this one here in. Once you get that cone up, we'll go to you. I'll track this one in southern Jackson County and northern DeKalb County. All right, so here we go. So just a closer look at what we've got going on here. We've got a couple of thunderstorms that are occurring. Let me go ahead and get this thing back up here. And we've got a couple of different areas that are rotating tonight. We still have this thunderstorm that just went through Sylvania and continues off to the east. And that's going to be moving through, like I mentioned, Valley Head. So Valley Head, let's do a closer look here. There's Valley Head, Hammondville, Kaolin, and Bankhead. Those are areas. And there's 137, Highway 137, this crossing right over 59 into Valley Head. We gave you that early heads up. So that's that thunderstorm. Aaron's here with the other one.
Yeah, and this is the one near the Albertville area. And this is from the area of rotation. Some times of arrival on this one. Getting to Geraldine at 9:31, it's going to be in Flanders at 9:39, and then Sandrock at 9:47, Dogtown at 9:42, Fort Payne at 9:52, and Fisher's Crossroads at 9:57. So go ahead, If you've got your name up there on the box, or if you've got your community name up there on the box, go ahead and take your tornado precautions. That is the lowest level of your home. Put as many walls between you and the outside world as possible, a windowless room, and cover your head with something, either a pillow or a mattress
above me.
A helmet, and you can protect yourself from flying debris.
We might be getting some hail here in a minute.
As that storm continues to push through the Albertville and into the Geraldine and Crossville, Kilpatrick area. So get ready for that storm to push on through. There is the northern one that was just issued a tornado warning here for Marshall County. That's going to be over towards Langston, and what they've seen here is what looks like a little Boeing segment along this line and an area of rotation on the north side of that Boeing segment with that storm as it pushes off towards the east. And so here is the track on that just moved on me a little bit, so I'm going to have to move over just a little bit here.
Let me tell you,
moving off to the east.
I wasn't working at the Rainsville branch when this happened.
As soon as I pull this one up, this one's moving to the east at about 35 miles an hour.
But the girls at the Rainsville branch
at about 50. This one's moving.
A hailstorm hit up there one day.
Miles an hour. We'll put this one.
Bang! Every one of their cars all to crap.
Again and again and again.
I parked
here we go. Section
out from under the trees.
Rainsville at 943. Sylvania at 946. Pine Ridge at 951, Henniger at 952, Fort Payne at 956, Fisher's Crossroads at 1003. So
it looks like they're kind of all taking the same path from Langston and section.
10 o'clock hour, you are going to want to stay in your safe place as round after round of storm has pushed on through with tornadoes possible with these storms coming through. So tornado warnings on these storms in northeast Alabama.
Don't you know that Ken's going to be busy as crap?
Jackson County, including DeKalb County. So be in your
people
safe
will be
place
coming
here
in.
as
I bet
storms
you money
push
with
on through the
damaged
Tennessee
cars.
Valley. Danielle.
Usually stays busy in the winter for everybody hitting the
Give me
deer.
1 second, Aaron.
Trying to get some more information.
I'm trying to get some information out really quick. Just give me 1 minute.
So yeah, I'll take that and continue with this. So we've got the 3 different warnings here going on across the Tennessee Valley. We've got the tornado warning for the Albertville, the DeKalb area, and also for Marshall County and also for Jackson County. So there are the 2 there, and then we've got the one that's a confirmed tornado warning for DeKalb County that's including the Henniger Valley Head area, and I think that rotation is likely moving through Valley Head right now as we speak, and then moving over towards North Georgia, because as a matter of fact, the Weather Service office in the North Georgia area has already continued that confirmed tornado warning.
They're actually
North Georgia, and we've already got reports of multiple reports of damages in and around
people are being careful.
DeKalb County area, so multiple reports of damages coming in there.
They're not hitting the deer.
Storms that have been
they're not running over their neighbor's trash cans.
Tornadoes, and so it has been a long afternoon into a.
I don't think it's hardly ever red.
If we can get these storms to finally just push on through and push into North Georgia, we will finally be done with our severe weather situation here across the Tennessee Valley as these storms finally push out of our area. But these are the storms that we're watching closely here as they move
especially
through
like first thing morning,
northeast Alabama, and keeping an eye on them closely on the radar. And what we're seeing here are a couple different Boeing segments, especially down around Albertville, Boaz, that one there, and then there's this little bookend vortice here into southern Jackson County, and then the rotation here on 59 that's moving into North Georgia.
Kevin's been
so
body
those
man
are the couple of different areas that we're keeping an eye on. So if you are in any of these communities in the
only place he's ever worked different
in your tornado
was
safe place, that section Sylvania,
grocery stores. He worked at Lucky's for a while.
Towards Geraldine.
He worked at Foodland for a long time.
You're going to want to be in your tornado safe place, which
in Rainsville from no place to where it is now. We had that whole place to ourselves, me and Kevin.
And cover your head with something.
We was in there cleaning. It was still still
All
when
right,
it
thank you
was
so much,
open.
Aaron. We
When
have
it was
about 2 minutes
open
left
and
on
it
North Alabama
wasn't
CW. So if
anything
you're
to do
watching
yet,
us
was
there, just know that we're going to
we
be
were
back.
cleaning and
We've
walking
always
across the
been
street
on
to get
CBS.
ice
So just
cream.
again,
Back
when
we were
if you see us go off on
teenagers.
CW, we're going to be back on CBS.
You
All
know,
right,
after
just
that,
wanted
he
to
quit
let you know
working
that we've
in
got
the
the storm
body
track here.
shops.
This is going to be for that thunderstorm
You know, they
that's
wanted
producing
him to
the
be
tornado
the
that could
body
be
shop teacher at
moving
Texville and
through
Roseville.
Gunnersville, moving east right now toward Asbury, Painter, and Kilpatrick. Boaz at 8, actually, Boaz at 9:26. I drew you here in the polygon. We'll have to see exactly where
And
the
now he
storm
works for
tracks
the
because
guy.
it's been moving through the Albertville to Gunnersville area. That's been the general vicinity of where the rotation has been, continuing to move off to the east. But just for safety purposes, I have drawn Boaz in the area, the storm cone. So let's say 9:26 in the next 2 minutes in Boaz, but Witten at 9:29, Grove Oak at 9:30, Aroni at 9:34, Geraldine at 9:37.
I'm sure that's probably
other areas like Painter at 9:31, Crossville, that's going to be at 9:40. This tornado warning continues for this part of Marshall and DeKalb counties until 9:45. And again, this is a tornado signature on radar. Radar confirmed that we have moving through this area. So area of rotation that is tracking about 10 minutes ago, tracking through Gunnersville, moving east into Geraldine, moving east into Dawson, and then Collinsville. So this is going to be the general area we're watching here in this part of DeKalb County. And if you're watching us in Fort Payne, I've been saying this a lot, but just an early heads up for you in Fort Payne, Dogtown area, Adamsburg.
I still think
this weather is just back to your west. It's coming your way. It's moving eastbound with time. So we need to get low, get to that interiormost room of your home away from windows here. Fort Payne, I've got you at 10:03.
Somewhere out close.
So even though you're not in a warning right now, you'll just
she was
know what to do
best
if
friends
the warning
with my
is extended.
aunt.
I'm giving you that heads up that's going to be that storm.
When me and Kevin got married,
heading your way.
and they all showed
Fort
up
Payne
for the
to
wedding.
Dogtown.
They're like,
just a
wait a
heads up
minute.
for you.
I know you
have a home view right now just to show you the situation that's evolving. The threat of the severe weather looks like it's winding down for Northwest Alabama. I believe, Aaron, you said that they canceled the watch. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Yeah, for the
we've
shoals.
lost the Lauderdale, Colbert, Franklin counties from the watch.
Okay. So we had those Northwest counties are now out of the watch. So the worst of the weather is just going through Jackson, DeKalb, and Marshall counties right now. As far as the tornado potential, we're going to keep a close eye on this. And if you have been watching us on North Alabama CW, you can join us now on CBS. We are currently still in continuous coverage on CBS. Here's a look at our DeKalb County storms. We have a couple of them. We still have the one that's on the northern side of the county moving through Valley Head right now. It just moved through Sylvania. It moved through Section earlier. We were tracking it there. We were tracking it as it was moving through Grant and Langston.
Got loud thunder.
We in fact have the other tornado warning behind it that was issued. That was, we initially went on for this one going through Grant and Langston, heading into Section, heading into Sylvania and Rainsville. So if you are listening to us once again in Sylvania and Rainsville and Section, we still have a tornado warning that is out for Langston because of this thunderstorm that's moving through, moving to the east. That's going to be going right back into your area.
That's about the time I woke up. I think
Sylvania
I've been up
and
since
Rainsville. You've got another thunderstorm approaching from the west that you need to watch out for. And we're going to keep a close eye on that one. That warning is in effect for another roughly 15 minutes. If you're in Valley Head, northern DeKalb County, still stay in your shelter. If you can hear us in Fife, Peaks Corner, Geraldine, Collinsville, you're also still in your safe place tonight as we continue with this tornado situation. We've got a couple of different thunderstorms ongoing and areas of rotation, and that's been the case pretty much all night as these storms have merged. We've got northern DeKalb County. We've got this part of northern Marshall County that's got a rotation area that's heading into southern Jackson and into this part of DeKalb County where I'm pointing at right now. And then the thunderstorm that's been going over Albertville and Gunnersville continues east and moving into western DeKalb County. So just a heads up there for you. So We've got some tree down reports that are coming in from Jackson County. I would imagine we're going to get a lot of reports of damage tonight because of these thunderstorms that have been producing tornadoes. We've already been getting word of damage in Sylvania, damage in Killingsworth Cove. We had a tornado confirmed earlier in Waterloo. That was earlier this afternoon.
I may go out.
And we had that tornado confirmed around Tanner earlier too. So I would imagine we're going to get more reports, unfortunately, as the night goes on. The thunderstorm right now, Aaron, we're looking at this together, I know, off camera, and we've got several areas that could be rotating still here, but just doing a quick sample.
Why is it still rotating?
The worst of it looks like it's actually crossing now into DeKalb County right here, where you're kind of seeing this hook echo feature. That actually looks like it could be, let me put this into play mode really quick, because I want to see if this is the same circulation area that we were just tracking as it was moving through. So it looks like it's a different area actually. So this could be something that's starting to develop a little bit more so. Earlier, the warning here for those of you in Geraldine was for the thunderstorm that was coming out of Gunnersville. So we had the thunderstorm coming out of Gunnersville going toward Geraldine. We tracked that, but I'm actually seeing a hook echo developing this time over Boaz moving east. You see that right there? That's moving east right now. That's going to be likely moving into southern DeKalb County. I just drew it there on the screen for you. So we'll have to keep an eye on that one here. That could be another area of circulation. Earlier, it was between Albertville and Gunnersville going this way toward Geraldine.
It's just constantly
could
going
possibly
off
be having another rotation area.
I haven't heard the first siren
moving east, so that would be heading into southern DeKalb County right now, crossing from Marshall into southern DeKalb County. But I would say anywhere in this area from Fife to Geraldine to Collinsville, you need to be in a safe spot right now. Continuously in your safe spot, I mean, because hopefully you're already there. We've been giving you the heads up. But yeah, Peaks Corner to Collinsville, to Geraldine, to Crossville. These are all areas that are likely in the path of a tornado as this is going to continue toward Collinsville and Mount Vernon. You'll see there's Highway 11 right now in Collinsville. So I know we've got a lot of people that watch us out there. Aroni and Kilpatrick, that area of rotation that I'm seeing would be moving right over Aroni. And Aroni and Kilpatrick continuing to press off to the east and then eventually cross right over 227 and then eventually 59 in Collinsville. That's one area of rotation. And again, mind you, there could be other areas of rotation that we're seeing as well through this vicinity. But look, I mean, even when I put my velocity product on here, you can see it's right over Aroni right now. So let me see here. We have some different things coming down. So we've got the tornado warning that remains in effect for southwestern DeKalb County.
That wasn't loud compared to
that thunderstorm I was just showing you. That one has been moving. Is this the one that's been moving at 50? Let me see. DeKalb County. Yeah, that one has been moving. Yeah. There's been so many different warnings tonight moving in different directions. Let's go ahead and, because I do see this right now. So it's over Aroni right now. This is an area of concern over County Road 475, County Road 28, Roddentown, County Road 29, County Road 26. This whole area right through here is rotating again. So this could be a possible tornado that's either in progress or trying to develop. It's going to be crossing right over County Road 455. You just got it, Roddentown right there. So you're seeing the red and the green. That's right over County Road 415 and 26, County Road 21. There's County Road 29 and County Road 26 again. All right, so County Road 455. So this is all going to be lifting up to the north and east toward County Road 8, County Road 26, County Road 93, and there's 227 over Roddentown. Okay. So right here is where I'm seeing the rotation area right now that looks like it is at its strongest. Would be here in this part of DeKalb County right now. So if we were to track this out once again, and I'm gonna draw it faster. I'm gonna draw it at like 40 to 50 miles per hour. I'm gonna draw it faster than it's probably moving.
Yeah, I think I'll fix and get off here.
You guys some heads up here. So we can see Hendricksville at 9:38, Flanders at 9:43, Collinsville at 9:47, and Cedar Bluff at 10:08. So Collinsville here, the next 15 minutes or so, 15-20 minutes, you could be seeing this tornado. And again, this is me looking at the radar and saying this is velocity signature is starting to pick up southwest of Crossville, moving east right now. So that would be putting in Flanders and Collinsville. So just a heads up if you live there. That this
somebody said it's raining
coming for you and could be coming for you in the sense of like that could actually be on the ground. So we're going to have
Oh,
to
no, no,
see
nothing anymore.
what our radar continues to look like as we go forward in time. Aaron's been checking in on our crews, checking in on velocity, our cameras. He's been busy doing a lot tonight. I know that we have, just to do a quick recap with all of the weather we have a crew that's going to Sylvania. We also have a crew that has been in Killingsworth Cove area, out there. But in case you're just joining us, we are being told that we are not allowed in that area because they are still searching. So we will not be able to provide you updates because we are not able to get in those areas right now, and that is understandable. Emergency responders are in that area right now. So as soon as we can provide you any reports out of the Killingsworth Cove area, we will let you know. But here's that's what we have right now.
Stay safe. I love you guys.
We got a crew going to Sylvania as well to check in on what's going on there. Here's a look at our velocity right now. This is what I was letting you know about earlier, that just a few moments